All right, what is up? Welcome to Sport Kings. My name is St. Kramer. Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly. What's up, guys?
Ed?
Nothing. Another Monday in the cards. Halloween weekend is coming up. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know you're doing something big, so
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he is. Oh my god.
I haven't done like a big Halloween party in like, oh my god, in years. Years. So.
The last time I really threw a party was oh, nice.
Steel books.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Best Buy today and started getting. I was like, hey, if you're gonna have them there, I'll buy all the steel books.
A lot of people are saying that collection is the reason why Best Buy is gonna stop selling physical media.
Really?
The Disney 100 stuff?
Yeah. I saw a few people on Twitter put it up, and I guess it's because they made so much of it that they like flooded it, and it's not selling. It's just no one's buying it. Because like, why am I gonna buy a fourth version of like
the same thing I already have?
Yeah. So they're not selling it, and I don't know if your Best Buy, was there a lot?
There was so many. It was so crazy. I was sitting there, I was like, well, I have all the other ones. I'll get Return of the Jedi on this one, but I'm not buying all of them because they're $30 a piece, like $40 a piece. So what's the point?
Yeah. So supposedly, like, that's one of the things is that stock is not moving. So they're like, see, no one wants physical media. I was like, no one wants the same movie 15 times.
Yeah. How many times can I buy the same exact thing? I mean, I can go back into my collection. I have Return of the Jedi in 3 different, like I have DVD, I have it on Blu-ray, and now I have it on all 3. This is a 4K steelbook. Like, all right.
What else we got? We got some people in chat. Say what's up. What's up, Drew? What's going on?
Always a pleasure.
Poons guy said, y'all see Dead Reckoning 1?
Yeah, I was like, it's coming in on Tuesday. Halloween. I get it.
Okay.
It's still good.
Yeah. How much? You say he's doing good. What's up, guys? And see you. What's up, Matt Film Show?
Always a pleasure.
He said, is that the theatrical release?
I sure hope it's special edition because I thought it was everything. I actually ordered the steel book of it. So
a lot of times now what they do is they'll put it all in one. They'll have like, unless it's like they're unrated, they might have separate from the other one. But yeah, a lot of times if they do it like the theatrical and the uncut or whatever,
or with the extra footage, whatever, 90 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. Do you have the special edition DVD?
I have a lot of special editions, but for that one, no, it actually doesn't come out till Tuesday, till the 31st. So
for Dead Reckoning?
Dead Reckoning.
Okay. I don't know. What movie y'all?
When's it coming out? This comes out Tuesday. Okay, I'll be here Tuesday.
He's checking. So Matt Film Show is asking, what's a movie y'all been seen a billion times, like multiple times, and can't stop watching? What you guys?
A Knight's Tale. It was last night or this morning. I woke up. I don't know, for some reason I had heartburn. I went to the bathroom and I looked on my TV and it was like, oh, Knight's Tale's on, and I watched it all. I was like, I need to go sleep. Just ended up watching the whole thing.
Yeah. What about you?
That's a good one.
You got another?
As I glance to see what I got over there. No, I'm kidding. Probably. That's a tough one. Terminator 2.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I say, The Fifth Element is another one for me. If I was supposed to get on here and The Fifth Element was playing, I'll have to have it on my other screen right now. I wouldn't stop. I just was like, all right, well, this is where I live now.
Yeah.
Let's sit here.
Yeah.
But this guy was asking, is this the special edition? It's the Disney 100 limited edition collectible steelbook one. Yeah. So that's
yeah. It's not 4K.
It's 4K Ultra
Okay.
HD and
Okay.
Blu-ray and digital code.
Yeah. Yeah. See, so the Barbie movie kind of upset me because the Barbie came out this past week, or was it? Yeah, this past week. And I've been buying 4Ks when I could buy 4Ks, but I like getting the combo pack. So the 4K, the Blu-ray, and then usually comes with the digital, which is whatever. Barbie, they separate it, and I was super pissed. We bought it, we came home, and she was gonna put it in the PS4, and she's like, "Wait, where's the other disc?" And they only did 4K or Blu-ray, two separate packages. I was like,
and
that's
unfortunately,
bullshit.
I had to buy both. I was like,
I finally hopped on the on the 4K train at last, because it's been so long since I bought physical media, just because I stream everything. But now I realize I gotta kind of get it together and start getting 4Ks and steelbooks. So I bought my first one
Nice.
the other day.
Oh yeah, I saw you. What was it? American Werewolf, right?
Oh yeah.
American Werewolf in London.
Yep.
Heck
London,
yeah, man. That is an awesome cover too. I saw you post it. You need to put that on our Instagram because that cover that's a really good cover, man.
It's a really good cover, right?
Yeah, I do like that. I saw it, like, damn, I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'll put it on our Instagram later.
Yeah. Well, real quick, Matt Film Show, mine's Step Brothers and Fight Club. Whenever those are on, I can't turn them off. But right now with the baby, I can't put Fight Club on that much. But Fight Club really doesn't show up on TV a lot.
Almost don't have a baby, man. I'm just trying to let you know.
I know.
He's almost a toddler.
Yeah, he's running around, and I walked in today. Yeah, I'm like, hi, and he's like pointing at me. I was like, oh, he's learning to point.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit. But yeah, let's see what else we got. We got Derpy. What's up, Derpy? See, I think I got my stuff back. Do I? Oh, it's all jacked up though. Damn, it's all jacked up. Fuck. All right, never mind then. Sorry, Derpy. Is I heard a rumor that there was a channel that likes to spoil movies for kings that was live tonight. So spoiler alert, I'm here. I like that.
I like that.
That's a good one.
Derpy had some really good ones on Sunday, man. I was really upset that I was enjoying them. I was like, damn it. He kept on going. I was like, man, this is awful. And then the next one, as soon as I said it was awful, it was hilarious. Like, the Kirk Cousins one was comparing to Kirk Cousins. Everybody.
And I know originally I planned on joining yesterday, but my mom's birthday, hung with my mom all day. Sorry, not sorry.
I don't know. Well, he's talking about the football show. I don't think Anzo didn't do one for Loki, right?
Oh, it was supposed to be today.
It's supposed to be today,
and then so Anzo's not running it this time. That's why.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's one of the other guys.
Chris is doing it, and Chris he said he's going to do it tomorrow. But as at 6:30, I have a showing at 6:15 of the house, and then I don't get home to about 7. 6:45, 7. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to jump on it still.
Yeah,
because I really want to talk about Loki to some people that don't understand how awesome it really is, and the details of what that we're actually seeing these first episodes it's everything that the King said from the season finale. Everything that he talked about, that's exactly what we're seeing.
True,
and he's showing that everything is cyclical, and how the things that you killed him, he set up everything so he can still come back no matter what you do. You kill him, he just comes back and he puts it just goes around and around a circle. It's the circle of Kang. It's amazing in how well they're doing it, and it's brilliant. Actually, it's really brilliant. And Ouroboros, like, did you know the meaning of Ouroboros? Like,
it's the snake that eats itself or something like that.
So it's just over and over.
Yeah.
So he is the key to keeping the whole cycle going. So we're going to see something going on with Ouroboros. Like, and eventually they understand that he and Kang, as long as Ouroboros is there, Kang can continue to go cyclical and continue to be, the one who remains at the end.
Yeah. I know we talked about that last week. I think they're connected, like, kind of somehow.
The more you really get into the names and all that stuff, you really start to see, they're telling you at the beginning what is going on. And then now they're going to show you, this is what I said. It's so cool.
Yeah. So if they wind up doing it tomorrow, Brandon, I'll make sure to send you the link.
Okay.
If you want to jump on.
Sure.
Because that's too early for me. I'm still feeding the baby. I'm still doing stuff.
He's not a baby. Stop calling him a baby.
I know.
That's a boy.
He's always a baby.
It's a boy. He's gonna get his own jersey. I'm working on it right now. He's gonna get his own jersey. He's a boy. He's a toddler. He's halfway a man. He's gonna get his own stuff.
Tagging the shit out of me. I'm like laying down, looking at my phone. He's like, I'm like, dude, got me.
Yeah. I kind of look at it as like the same way when I have if you have like a dog or like a cat or something like that. Like if I have a dog, I know I'm always gonna call it no matter what, no matter how big it gets. I'm still gonna say it's my puppy.
That's a puppy.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. You say that because I call my dog a puppy all the time. He's like 11 years old.
Yep.
He got a gray beard. He's like, oh, my puppy. He's like, what's up, dude?
Yeah. Yeah, that's some things don't go away. Your baby's always a baby.
Yeah, I call my baby baby all the time, and she's like a giant.
She's staring down at you. Like, what?
Hey, what's up, Dad?
All right, let's get Cineview. What's up, Cineview? I know I got Cineview dropped a bunch of reviews. Go check him out. I gotta check some of his reviews out. So I'm a little bit falling behind on it. Sorry, dude. But go check out Cineview. So he said, I love physical media, DVD, VHS, CDs, vinyl, etc. I hate how this honorable nostalgia is being overtaken by streaming. Yeah, it makes me pretty mad.
You know, I always think about servers, and if a server crashes and I'm not able to enjoy the streaming service,
I
will be very upset. And then, you know, I don't want it to all of it go away because you don't have any physical media. And that's why, like, the things I really like, I need to have physical media. You know, just be able to enjoy it.
Admittedly, I had a brief period where I got too comfy with streaming services and I lost sight of that. And now I'm thusly trying to pull myself out of that by buying more physical media.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
I got to check my hat. I don't like how it looks. There we go. There you go, Derpy. Just for you, Derpy. Yeah, I was like going hardcore with the digital stuff, which I still do. I like having the digital, but I am more accepting that at any given moment it could just all be gone.
Yeah.
And then they also change movies and stuff like that. So like your nostalgia might not be exactly the same because they edited a new version, you know, or cut a scene, or, you know, little things where you're like, oh wait, that's not how that's supposed to look, you know.
Hey, if they do the prequel and they got Qui-Gon Jinn like standing over Darth Maul, like, you know, I'm okay with that.
But yeah, I'm finally back. My girlfriend's been listing everything. Like, there's a free app that you can like do everything.
Back.
Oh, dude. What's up? Just finished my stream coming
What's
for
going on, buddy?
GenV come. Dude,
I cannot wait to do it. Dre Mac, that's so awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it. Man, I need to download some more, man. I need to write it down.
No, what I really need to do is I want to tell Dre Mac, you keep on doing all this stuff. I literally drive watching your show.
He had his was it well, I watched it today. I don't know, was it on today? The one where you talk about the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Was that today or yesterday?
I'm so messed up. I think that was yesterday, but I was watching it.
I was watching it today. And oh yeah, it was I think it was yesterday. But yeah, man, that was great. That was great. I think you had Chill On, you had who else you had not the Black Comic Lords.
Yeah.
Which one so fucking good. Yeah. Yeah. Theo. Yeah, you had a bunch of good people. You had a nice panel on there. But yeah, that was a good convo.
I love listening to Theo because he has so much like knowledge of older comics. Like he has, like, I have a lot of comics and I have a lot of it, but he has so much older stuff that and it's like
he's a collector.
Weird stuff. Like, so cool.
He's a collector.
Yeah.
He's a collector.
I was like,
well, speaking of, so I got those Black Panther ones. I was at the comic book store and I had to get it. So this is the first issue of the Intergalactic or the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda.
Yeah, I actually have that in my collection too. That's what I saw. I was like, I have all of these.
But I wind up and then they had number 2, so I got number 2. But I saw just for the covers, because the covers are sick. This is an awesome cover. Like, he's like above the people and they're just like reaching out to him. I was like, that's
it
awesome
tells you
cover.
right there immediately what he is. I wish I could look through some of my stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then this was another cover that I thought was just thick, man. Where like it's kind of like the one that you have, but it's, you know, it's the actual like him out of the costume and into the costume. Yeah. But it's like an actual like kind of like a panther human beast kind of thing.
Yeah,
you can't see because of the reflection. But that is a sick freaking. Even the spikes around the neck.
If
I was
we
like,
just
I
had
have
a
to get
comic
those.
book show, just going over your top 5 like covers. I have some of the coolest covers. I would love to drag all this stuff out and just sit there with you guys and just enjoy it. Because oh my gosh, it's some of the coolest stuff.
We should do one like that. But yeah, but anybody go check out Dre Max Show. Super fun, super awesome content over there. So I think Spoiler Kings just became a member because he's got memberships open. So
now, yeah,
go check him out and appreciate the super chat, dude. Super appreciate it. Yeah, stream was Sunday 5 hours later though.
I know.
Yeah. I watched it. I know I was in for a second, and yesterday I had a really bad migraine, so I couldn't stare at screens for most of the day. But today I was listening to it. I also had that book nice. Yeah.
Dude, I
thought it was. I had to save it. It was at a half price books. So
I now officially have 17 of the half boxes, along with my 8 long boxes.
17? You said 17?
Yeah,
dude.
What? Really?
Dude,
you definitely need to get you going soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would love to just have it sit in that chat. Like, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. You guys. Well, you were on. I think you guys were all on.
Yeah.
Was it his show?
Yeah.
That was like Chill and everything.
That was
a really good one.
And then they went to Dre Max, and I started to chop it up with him, and it was a lot of fun. So I can't wait to just talk about it, especially because we can do a GenV thing because he does a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his content is real awesome.
Yeah.
This GenV is nuts. What the hell?
Yeah. And we're gonna get into that in a minute. Just going through a bunch of last few ones before we start the actual show. I'm going to see Five Nights at Freddy. That's Saturday. I'm gonna watch it on Peacock, man.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm probably gonna watch it on Peacock. And I thought about seeing it in the theaters, but I got stuff going on this weekend, so Peacock is probably gonna be the best way.
Yeah. Plus, it just seems like it's a lot of red flags. They're dropping it the same day in the theaters on streaming. The embargo was the day after it came out, and then they changed it to the day of. But still, that's still a red flag. So, who was talking about it last night? I was on or in the chat for Movie Time Minute, and he had his live show late last night, and I was in there, and he was talking about it, and he was talking about I was like, it looks cool, and I hope it is a good movie, but there's a lot of red flags. There we go. Oh, man, dude, appreciate it. I gotta change this too. Appreciate it.
I just hope it's a fun time. I'm really easy to please on Halloween season, as you guys know. So I'm really I don't ask for much. I just ask to be entertained during Halloween season. So even if it's trash, I'm sure I'll get some kind of like hokey or campy enjoyment out of it.
It's so funny you said that because I don't like scary, right? Everyone knows that's the big thing for me. So this weekend I took the girls to go see Nightmare Before Christmas, and we're in the movie theater singing. My 7-year-old was singing at the top of her lungs, and I thought it was gonna be empty. And I turned around and there's like 50 people, and they weren't even upset because they were singing along too, all the songs, repeating all the entire movie. I was like, man, this is a sing along. All right, I can deal with this.
Introduce them. If they like the music in that movie, introduce them into an album called Nightmare Revisited. Yeah. It's covers of all the songs from the Nightmare Before Christmas movies by different artists. So Marilyn Manson does This Is Halloween.
My children to Marilyn Manson.
Well, introduce them to Korn. They do Kidnap Santa Claus.
That one's awesome.
That's my favorite song on the album.
Introducing my kids to Korn.
There's albums of it. There's Visited and Revisited. Fall Out Boy does What's This? That's a really good version. Rise Against does
Making Christmas.
It's pretty, but that's Korn.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's so
like
good.
that's getting like looped at my party. So I've told everyone to get ready for that.
Yeah.
You want to have you know, have something going on, like, I mean, I don't want you to have epilepsy or anything like that, but having, strobe light, having something going on, spinning around, that'll mess people up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find dry ice so I can like put it like.
I saw you put that in there. I was like, man, let me see if I can find.
I mean, I can. I don't want to say it, but I mean,
No,
that's what
we'll
I
talk
do
afterwards. No, you do not get in trouble. But
I won't get in trouble because I'm actually getting some dry ice for my use because I want to. I have a fog machine, and if you send the fog through dry ice before it like creates like a floor almost, like it floats on the floor instead of just first. It's really cool. So I'm gonna do that for Halloween this year. But yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Yeah.
After.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip over a few. Goonies wins.
Oh, Goonies is another good one.
Nice.
Mama Bear, what's up, Mama Bear?
Or the Halloween edition Goonies Monster Squad.
The Monster Squad.
Monster Squad.
That's Halloween edition Goonies.
It is. It pretty much is. What's up, Brandon?
What's going on, Brandon?
I'm gonna try to clean up the channel and do more professional than rants. That's good, man. It's good. Always keep changing and fixing and stuff like that. I did a lot of videos and lives and kept some stuff that are reasonable to build upon. But yeah, it's good. That's good. That remix is completely awesome. Yeah.
I think there's only like one album or one song on that album that I don't that doesn't do a whole lot for me, and that's like the cover of Something's Up with Jack. I think it's just, I forgot the actual name of the song, but it's just, that one didn't land for me. But other than that, like, I can listen to that over and over from beginning to end. As a matter of fact, I have.
Yeah.
Pretty much all month. So.
Oh yeah. It's a really good CD.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there is 2 CDs because I know on the first one they do, I forgot who does it, does What's This, and it's a horrible version, and then Fall Out Boy does it again, and it's awesome.
Is it the Paramore version?
No, it's not Paramore, but it's another like chick lead band. That one's cool. That one's really cool.
50th edition Black Panther. I have so many of these things, man. I just have so many. I have to have over 200. I need to count of just the cool ones. The
cool covers.
Yeah, the covers are just amazing.
I'll try to get.
Have you been reading the Ghostlight, the Silver Surfer Ghostlight?
No, is it good? I got the first issue and then I fell off, but I'm like, I was kind of interested. I felt like it could go to good places, but I
will say this writer's not cool, not that good.
Okay,
I got all of them, and because it's a black character, it's cool. I want to have that. I always want to support. They need to work on going to writing school. It's not.
Yeah, it had potential. It was cool. They're bringing back an old character. I don't even know from when, from what, 70s, 80s, or whatever.
Late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah. So, but I'm like, it's okay. I'll see where it goes, but I just fell off.
I'm like 2 weeks behind. I got to go to the comic shop. Probably do it Wednesday since I'm not doing anything that day.
Hey, when you get there, find this one.
Nightwing.
Yeah, it's so funny. I don't know. It's just like this, unbelievable cover. It's hilarious.
I gotta show you guys this thing. So I wanted, before we get into the thing, talk about Spider-Man a little bit. This is what I got.
Oh yes, I know.
Boy, this thing is massive. This thing is it's huge. It is awesome. Freaking Venom is like insanely detailed. The green screen's kind of ruining it a little bit, but Peter moves a little bit. It is like Venom is a freaking unit. This dude is massive. Like, I haven't got to him in the game yet, but
I'm I'm like savoring that game. I'm taking my sweet time with it and just enjoying it.
Yeah, this thing is fucking awesome. It is, and the pictures don't do it. One of my UPS driver actually, because he pre-ordered it, and I sent him a picture of it. And he goes, "Oh, that's cool." And then he later that day when he got it, he goes, "Your picture doesn't do it justice." I'm like, "It does not. It is insanely detailed. It is awesome. It is pretty
I'm also
cool."
gonna wait for you guys to since I didn't pre-order it, I'm gonna wait for someone to sell it to the comic book store and I'll just grab it or put it on eBay. I'm like,
eBay. I already see them on eBay. They're going for like $100 or so.
Yeah, I'll wait till it goes down to 50.
Yeah,
I might offer somebody like, hey, offer.
It is cool. The game is pretty awesome. I'm only about 5 hours in, so I can only play on the weekends. So
did you guys see in 48 hours they sold 2.5 million copies of Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it's doing Lil Wayne numbers. It's doing
I like that.
It's doing Lil Wayne numbers. Like that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's doing Jay-Z numbers. Like I don't want to say Taylor Swift, but I guess I just did.
There you go. Yeah, it is awesome. It came with that steelbook with no game.
With nothing in it.
Yeah.
What the hell? What the hell?
Then $250. Like, no, you don't get a $2 disc. Thanks.
Amazing freaking game though. Like I'm just loving it. It's the immersive Spider-Man experience, you know?
Yeah.
I like it because it's two characters. I like both characters doing it. So.
Yeah, you're able to switch between the two of them. They both have a bunch of suits. I believe Miles has a like tribute version of a Black Panther suit. That's really so I haven't unlocked that one yet. I see it in my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that one's pretty cool. It's called, I forgot what it's called, but it's like, and then he even does like the thing that you could like emote if you like let him sit for a minute. But yeah, I went up putting a short on our channel. For they do the point at each other.
They do. Yep.
It was awesome because somebody's like, "Oh, let me take a picture," and then they like sat and they point at each other. Oh, it was so funny to see that. But it is a really good game. I'm enjoying it a lot so far. But yeah, I'm still super early on in it.
Yeah, I'm pretty early on in it myself. Like I said, I'm taking my time with it. Just having a lot of fun. It's just I really enjoy it. I think like I said, man, like Insomniac is to Spider-Man what Rocksteady it was for Batman, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see what they do with Wolverine now that the same creative team apparently is working on that. So yeah, I have 100% faith in them, you know, and just knowing they're going to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I mean, this one, it's such a like people are losing their mind, like because on the internet everyone's like, "Oh, it's so buggy and this and that and blah 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 and blah 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 this and that," and it's really fucking annoying, you know. But overall, it's a really good. Every game has some bugs in it, some slight little issues. You know, a person like walks through another person, something stupid. You know?
Where people that's what people live for to go complain. I'm at that point right now. I'm realizing when you have things that are beautiful and they're perfect, and you're like one thing glitches and they're like, oh, I'm like, dude,
they rage, and you know,
like this. Like, you have any idea what is the code like this?
I agree, Brian. You know, it's just kind of being outraged just for the sake of being outraged, like we talked about many times. You know, no, it's bugs are inevitable in games, and you know, if I try not to let it be enough to ruin the entire experience with it. If I'm having a legitimately fun time with it, like I've been doing with this.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like sometimes it's because because we're getting older and we start to understand what it takes to do these things, and to just these little things don't take the enjoyment out of it. You know, the storyline is great when things are awesome, and It's like, once again, I know what coding is. I know how many lines of the stuff they have it takes to make this damn game. And I'm not going to complain about that. Like, I understand it. Just like you understand with CGI. Like sometimes you understand what it takes to do this stuff in the movie, and then I'm not going to complain. It just I complain less because I understand what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, but so there's that. And then that part is coming from a lot of Xbox player or people because they don't get the game, so they're all angry about it. So they're like, complaining about, oh, look at that. That looks like shit. I was like, dude. And the Dre Max said, I'm already in the game, but I do love the story so far. Yeah. Yeah. I just met Harry Osborn. And I'm a little bit past that part. So that's super early in the game.
Yeah, the Harry stuff is really good. It's legitimately endearing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, they're setting up for it to be painful later. I can already tell because it's too nice.
Because my boy Peter Parker can't catch a break.
Isn't that the point of Peter Parker? Isn't that just what he is?
Just suffering.
Yeah, just suffering, which I hate for my boy. Like give my boy a break, let him live.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Peter Parker's synonymous with suffering, so that's why we'll give you another one. We'll go ahead and give you Miles Morales because he actually to have some things.
Yeah. Well, in this game, they make him suffer too. They kill off his dad.
Like, but we know that's what he does. He does that.
Yeah.
It's a canon moment, right?
In the game, the uncle lives. So the uncle lives in Miles, the last one, Miles Morales game. The uncle lives and the father dies, but the father dies in Spider-Man 1. So it's kind of, they flipped it a little bit.
It's so funny because like they keep him. Is his last name Davis? Is it Morales? I don't know. I think it's his government name.
Yeah. My Peter is suffering too. My Peter Parker is suffering too. That's all this. But there's a whole nother side about this this game that people are losing their damn minds. They're calling it woke. Surprise, surprise. So there's Black Cat in it. I don't think that's spoiling. You can see it in the trailers when Kraven goes to the city in the trailer. You see all the different characters like that he's gonna hunt, and Black Cat's one. And I guess I haven't got to it yet, but I guess there's a part where she's talking and she moved on from Peter and she has a girlfriend, and so people are losing their damn minds about that. Even though, I think it was like in the 80s or no 90s, early 90s in the comic books, she has a girlfriend. So, but obviously people don't care about that. But yeah, so there's that, and there's like some of the kids, actually one of the kids so far, at Miles's school is gay. So they're making a big stink about that.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not like it's not like gay people don't exist in our everyday lives. And even if they like, what are you getting so butthurt about that they're getting represented in media? They're people too. They exist too. We encounter them too. I don't see what the big problem is. Why are you getting all butthurt about it?
Yeah, it's not even a playable character or anything. It's just
it's an NPC, just a character that you pass by in a cutscene.
No, you do a side mission for a side mission. It's not even a main mission. It's a side mission. It's a little goofy thing. And then there's one other character that people are getting angry about, and that's Miles's quote unquote girlfriend in the game, who is obviously a black young woman, teenager that goes to his school, but she's deaf. So that's woke. That's literally getting a lot of hate too, because I guess so in Spider-Man 1 you play a mini mission as Mary Jane, and I guess you do that again in this game, and then in this game you also play a mini mission as her, as I forgot what her name is. So people are upset about that she's deaf.
I was like, man, can't imagine my wife being deaf.
Yeah. I mean, and then they do sign in the game and stuff like that. It's optional. Yeah, it's an optional part too.
Are they going to like teach everyone how to sign?
Yeah, which would be awesome. I think you should definitely learn how to sign. It's such a cool thing. Yeah, and it's optional, so you don't even have to do it. There you go. So, but yeah, but I'm like, same thing as like what Brandon said. Like, there's deaf people in the world, since forever. Same thing. Like, there's gay people in the world. So people losing their mind over stuff like that. It was just like, so you're mad at people, basically.
I don't understand what there is to get so outraged about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't understand what there is to be so outraged about. It's ridiculous.
I love YouTube, and I've gotten to a point right now where honestly I watch probably listen to YouTube more than I even listen to my radio, because I listen to like talk radio. So like of course I do football, I do all this other stuff. So I'll listen to YouTube, and it's just some people just want to it's clickbait. It makes no sense. I'm just going to talk about stuff, and I'm going to complain about crap that doesn't matter. No, give me good opinions. I like listening to see, and this is what goes back to the small content creator, because I rather have one who that makes sense, that says things because it makes sense, or they want to put opinion out there that's not just about clicking and the same crap over.
A valid argument. I might not agree with your argument, but you can make valid points to your argument. And I get it. I'm not a big debate kind of person. But I like having a conversation, and especially if you're on two different sides, that's fine. I'm not gonna sit here and debate. I fucking hate that. But having a conversation with two different sides, I think, is a little bit different than having like a debate, because no one's trying to prove their point. They're just talking about this is how I see it. This is how I see it. So yeah, it is annoying.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah. Real quick, Putin's cat said Helen Keller would give them
constipation. Conniption.
Okay, yeah,
conniption.
Yeah. Her name is Haley Cooper, I think. Yeah, Haley. Yep.
Haley. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What? I thought it was something completely different, and I couldn't kind of place it. But then I'm still pretty early on in the game myself.
Yeah, she's a brand new character. She got introduced in Miles Morales' game. Yeah, I think she's in the comic books that I remember. So she's just completely.
So everything with Miles is going to be woke.
Yeah. In his game,
I say Afro Latina with a white girl. That's woke.
Yeah.
Afro Latina with a black girl. Woke. Deaf.
There's
woke.
No, there's no pleasing or placating these people. Yeah. And one thing that I've always liked about Spider-Man is he's always kind of something that I always associate with the character, that he does stand up for the little guy, be it no matter where they're from, if they have disabilities, that sort of thing. So I really think that the inclusion, in addition to me not having any problem with it anyway, I think it goes hand in hand with the character, and it almost like kind of them including it in the video game just kind of pleases me, because I feel like it really enhances the world that he inhabits.
Brady, that's the coolest thing he just said. That exactly.
Putin's cat, Spider-Man, part spider, woke. Too much. You can't please everyone, even Jesus had enemies. Exactly. But yeah, it's like Brandon was saying, it's ludicrous, it's crazy, and like Brandon said, like it just being who he is gonna have a lot of those naysayers in that stuff. If you want to argue that he's Spider-Man is Peter Parker, all that at least that's a little bit more of a problem, where Miles maybe should be his own hero and not live in the shadow. But just say like, oh, he's black. Like that's not an argument, man. It's like what? So but in his game, in his solo game, he had a lot of stuff too. Like there was a big mural that they said Black Lives Matter. People lost their mind with that shit. There's a few other things, so yeah, it's just like Brian said, just who he is gonna bring up a lot of controversy and a lot of these people. But
exactly what Horky just said, brought up right now.
yeah, what it brings up. Horky, you literally get a gold Black Lives Matter suit, yeah, for doing the community missions in the Miles Morales game. Yeah, and people lost, and that was a cool suit too. People lost their minds for that. I think my thumbnail, because I played the game, I play it on my personal channel. One of my thumbnails is him in that suit in front of the mural. I mean, everyone did it too, but that was one of my thumbnails because it was cool. It was cool, but
it's funny. Like I can have problems with something and still respect something. Like you don't have to always agree with everything and say, but for it all to be negative. Like everything can't be that. Everything. I feel like that's what you have to do. That's what you do. I'm gonna find one part that I don't agree with it, and the whole thing got to be thrown away.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, look at the movie, the last Spider-Man movie. She had like a corner of what maybe was a trans flag or something in her room. It was something along those lines. And people lost their minds. I was like, what? Like, why are you looking at that? Like you're literally looking for something to you know, like the whole movie sucks. I was like
grasping at straws just to be outraged.
Yeah. I'm Spider-Man. I see you get that cheap Japanese suit when he was like a Japanese like Power Ranger kind of character back in the day.
That would be so funny if you have like a watch that like spits out the suit and just kind of falls in front of you, and then you're suited up like the Japanese Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. I used it for the whole game when I unlocked it. Nice. I can never stick to one suit. I'm always bouncing.
Oh no, I'm on an endless cycle. I'm always switching it up just on the fly, every couple of minutes.
I got the pre-order and the collector edition, so I got like 7 extra suits or something stupid. So I have some really cool suits, like some really cool ones. But I'm still rocking the black and the red because I think that one is just a really cool suit. Right now, I just unlocked the Spider-Man 2099 for Peter. So I'm rocking that with Peter and then the Miles. And I'm like, they don't like each other in the movie. I was like, here they're working together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But one last one before we move on. Fake outrage clowns get wet when they hear the word woke. Yep.
Woke? What? Like, whatever, bro. Like,
they're just
yeah.
It's just so weird and exhausting to me. That's all I'm gonna say. Without taking too many pot shots at it just has to be exhausting, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I just don't care.
Well, it's getting to where it becomes so mind numbing that I'm probably on the verge of just tuning it out.
I mean,
I always feel like it's important to point out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's important because I don't want things to just fall on deaf ears too much, because when it's hard, because I do want to say when you're stupid, it's important for me to say you're stupid. Just, what I run a business, right? And I think it's something I tell. I'm opening these new stores, right? And it's important for me to say, like with managers, especially with new people coming in, I always say, anytime you don't say something, it gets to a point where you okay it. This is just the world, so I'm okaying it. And that's kind of, I don't want to ever get to that point. Yeah. So, if something's stupid, I gotta say, yeah, you're stupid.
Yeah.
I
would. Then it kind of like, by you ignoring it, kind of allows them to build an audience, and then the audience gets bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you're like, now you can't, fight it, or you just seem like, and we see it all the time, not just in this topic, but just in every kind of topic, especially in the world today. But yeah, it is something.
What can I do? It's just part of everything.
Yeah. Speaking my, and that I know I don't want to get too much, but that's why the recasting is. If we just accept like, oh well, we got TJ now, we're cool. It's like, no, we recast, and people are like, oh, why don't you shut up already? It's like, because if we shut up, then it's like it's over. So and you accept it, so you can't stay quiet.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to get to that point because me.
I know.
You know me.
Miles' pink sweater suit from the comics is my favorite so far. I do like that one. like the old school with the hoodie and the jacket and thing like that. Love street wear Spider-Man suits.
Yeah, I think that was the last one that I had gotten.
Isn't that what you say, B, all the time? You always talk about that. Like, that's what Spider-Man is supposed to be. He's supposed to be really a street level hero.
Yeah,
that's just what he is.
Yeah.
You know, that is who he is. That's what he is. Let's just deal with that.
Yeah. You know, I'm not sure how you can call yourself a fan and not appreciate and understand that. You know, that it's the world that he's always inhabited. And, you know, something that I've always liked about Spider-Man is he's always kind of evolved with the times, like ever since his inception in the back in the 60s, I believe. And he's always kind of grown, like for example, like I really got into Spider-Man when I was really little, you know, when we were little kids in the 90s. And, you know, Spider-Man to me was very synonymous with the 90s. You know, there was like a very 90s feel to the comics, and, you know, the cartoon, the theme song from the it was very 90s. You know, and he's always kind of evolved with the times. And I think that the introduction of Miles was another was another byproduct of the evolution that I've always kind of associated with the character. So I just kind of always assumed that the inclusion, and I haven't even really reached that part in the games yet, but I know that I'd be okay with it because A, it's not something that bothers me, and B, I just always kind of taken it as, you know, that's what we're going to see with the character as the years and decades pass.
Yeah. But, you know, so I understand, like, when Chill says something, or like, you know, when he's talking about, you know, I want him to be his own character, you know, especially when you're talking about Miles, I totally get it. And I totally understand. To a point where I almost agree. I agree. I do. You know, I do like you to have your own character, like your own, but also that's kind of what Spider-Man is. It's like what X-Men, you know, like X-Men is, you know, this idea of acceptance and all these things, and these new things, these new ideas and new concepts. That's kind of what it is, you know.
So just imagine how angry these folks are going to get when the X-Men movie comes out, or the X-Men reboot comes out.
Oh my god. But one last thing I just wanted like to bring up, like before we move on, was like, I know you brought up the Chill conversation, you know, the Chillmonger, where he's like, yeah, you know, Miles isn't real representation, and, you know, stuff like that, which I get what he's going at. I don't quite agree with it 100%. Also, but if there's a good argument that Miles should be his own character, it's probably this game. It's not the movie, because the movie makes, here's every Spider-Man, everyone's Spider-Man. So it's to be like, no, he should be his own Spider, or his own character. This game is a good argument for it, because there's a lot of times when Miles and Peter are together, and since they have to use their names, it's like, hey, Spider-Man, watch out. Hey, thanks, Spider-Man. Cool, Spider-Man. I was like, you know, and I'm just started the game, and all the times they're just like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. And why is they're talking to each other? It's Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I was like, I kind of wish they had different names and be different characters. You know, there are different characters. They should be their own characters, their own superheroes. You know, and if there's a good argument, I think the game is pointing it out. You know, like I said, I just started, and it's already a thing that I'm noticing a lot. And I might pay attention more as I play through, and maybe cut out some clips to help kind of prove that, like, maybe he should do it. Because as they're fighting together, it's just like, hey, Spider-Man, watch out. You know, it's like what? You know? So
I just love the powers that they gave Miles Morales. Like, I love those powers. His powers are so awesome.
Yeah, they really are.
Sometimes I feel bad because I was like, man, I look at it, I'm like, his powers are pretty much better than you could do. Like, it is.
And in the in the game, I don't know, I don't want to spoil too much, but they do hint at it that, like, he might be getting a new power up at least in the game, which might not be canon or not, but
Yeah.
For me, you can tell. I can tell the difference when I'm playing Miles and when I'm playing Peter. Miles seems so much more faster. I don't know if it's just me or if it's any, like, I don't know if Brandon's feeling it too. Whenever I play Miles, it's quicker, it's faster, it's quick. But Peter's more strong. You know, it's more powerful punches. I get to beat people up quicker. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or what. But
I know I feel like it's the old school thing. You have to give something to that old school feel to it too. You know?
Yeah.
Because you can't just let Peter not be what he is.
Yeah.
What's up, Kal-El? Man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't.
That's all right. All right. One last comment. People also get mad that Mary J is not super hot, consistently comparing her to Black Cat. Like, move on. Yeah. They're like, she's not even hot. I would pick the hot chick. I was like, good for you. You know, I was like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But that is another. I mean, anything you can make an argument for. I know, like Brian, like kind of said, like anything. They're like, look at that, and there's literally pointing everything out, and it's kind of annoying because it is a fun game. It is a good game so far. But all right, let's move on.
Cool.
We got Anthony Price. What is up, my dude? It's a random question. I might be a little late to the late or slow, but Paw Patrol the movie, both movie is part of the same. Movies is the same scientist, the black woman. I have no idea what he's talking about.
So there's a couple black women in Paw Patrol. So I mean, of course, you know, Mayor Goodway, who, you know, is the mayor who's the boss of everything. She is making the town go into this new age, and she gives the Paw Patrol all the extra powers and all that stuff. And then this new scientist is something that's interesting because, you know, she is this all powerful thing. She wants all this power. But you know, it's like it's hard being a villain when you're losing the puppies. So like, in my mind, it's like it matter no matter what it is, you're losing the puppies, man. Like, you know, that's just what it is. Like you really your villain level is pretty low. Like I don't even know if I want to put you in jail. I'm just gonna put you like out the door. Like it's just like you know.
Maybe go volunteer. Go volunteer at the pound.
Exactly. I'm taking your keys. That's what I'm putting you in jail. I'm just gonna take your keys because you're arguing with puppies.
Yeah. And Brian said, Brian, how the hell do you know the rundown on Paw Patrol?
I got kids, man. I know. I went and saw both movies, bro. Seen both of them.
Either way, Paw Patrol beats off. Yep. And then there goes L. We talking Paw Patrol?
Hey, look. My babies matter. So, you know, hey.
There you go.
I go see Paw Patrol. I know the lowdown.
How many times did you see it?
Patrol twice. I've seen both of them, both Paw Patrol movies twice. And I've seen Elena. I saw all episodes of Elena of Avalor. I know all about Cat Noir and Ladybug and Miraculous. I know I've probably seen all the seasons of all of that too. I know about the movie. Yeah, this is what I do. Hey, you gotta know what your kids watching.
Yeah, that is true, man.
You gotta be part of it. Man. This is what I do.
Yeah. And I don't know yet, but I'm assuming it gets probably Elle can speak on that. It gets harder as they get older. Because then they start watching shit like, what the fuck? Like, no, I don't care about that.
I don't know.
In the teenage age.
When they started looking at the Taylor Swift movie, I was like, Daddy, will you go tell me? Take me? No, baby. Mommy will go take you. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah. Or Geek said people tested it out. Yes, Miles is a little faster. Okay. So I'm not crazy. That's good. And then Poon's Cat said, is Kristen Dunst hot? She got some nice.
Hey, you know, I've never heard Kirsten Dunst and heard hot. That's not like, she was loyal. She was, you know, cool. You know, hey, all right, fine, whatever. But tall.
MJ and the Raimi movies was for the streets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I never gave it too much thought. I thought she looked fine in the first one.
Yeah. I mean, like normal. Like you said, like a normal kind of person, you know?
Yeah.
because that's supposed to be the whole thing. It's like MJ is a normal person, and then Black Cat comes in with freaking leather and big old boobies, big old butt, and like just being all sexy the whole time. And but that's the whole point. Is like she's supposed to be hitting on Peter and testing his commitment or stuff like that. But yeah.
But yeah, Mary Jane in a lot of the comics and cartoons was kind of like characterized as like pretty much an absolute knockout, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But I think the movies and the games just kind of portrayed her as more of a normal.
Yeah.
I just thought it was the girl next door. Exactly what Kal-El said. The girl next door. That's what I always thought of MJ.
Yeah. That's perfect. MJ for the streets. Hey, I know somebody said before. The freaking Tonys. Yeah, they're big. She's not unattractive, but
we're talking about Miraculous, guys. I want to show you guys this real quick. This is what I know about Miraculous. These are my babies.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's Charlie and it's Kaylee. So Kaylee is my 7-year-old who's really, really tall. And so she's Ladybug, and then she's Rena Rouge, the little fox. So yeah.
All right. Well, I know that Ladybug's in the show, the little fox in the show too.
Yeah, so she's in there too. So she's her best friend. So yeah, I have to know, man. Miraculous.
That's funny. Yeah, teens are watching Euphoria now, which is bonkers.
Oh my god. No, my babies will know.
And there you go. Elle said, yeah, my 12-year-old just got into Taylor Swift and Mean Girls and all that. Ooh.
Oh.
That's
all right. So I'm gonna let you know when my baby gets my almost 9-year-old, should be 9 in 2 weeks. When she gets there, I'm just gonna send her to you. Just let you, so you can just take care of all that. I don't need that in my life.
I'm sending you away for the summer. Where you going? Don't worry.
Just you go on the train.
Oh, that's funny. There you go. Adorable.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
But
yeah, you want to. Hey, Brandon said he needs all that girl stuff. I have crates and crates of stuff, dude. After I finish moving, I promise you, I'll give you 5 totes of all type of stuff. You will never have to buy anything. Some of the stuff
got into like 5.
Of the tags on it, brand new, like you never used.
Well, you got 2 girls. I'm surprised. Yeah, right now with my one boy, like I still got so much stuff that he outgrew so quick that, like you said, tags are still on it.
So it went through one, and then the other one grew so fast because she caught up to the second one at the same time. By the time Kaylee was 13 months, she was the size of Charlie, who was almost 4 by then.
Damn.
So they were wearing the same size, and now she's bigger, so she wears the large size. So it's
so now the older one gets the hand-me-downs.
Exactly. It's so funny.
That's funny. Yeah, I need all that.
Yeah, you all of it will be coming to you. You're gonna ask me to take it back. I'm like, nope, it's yours now.
Yep.
Your baby will be growing right into perfect sizes. Got you.
All right. Oh man. So yeah.
Let's go turn the direction. Let's go right into Gen V. Let's just go adorable girls and all this stuff. And let's go to Gen V.
Something a lot less wholesome, right?
Yeah. It's not too bad of a transition because it's all about a lot of childhood trauma, especially with
a lot of trauma
with the main character and stuff like that. So yeah. They start off cute and then they turn into egotistical superhero crazy people in their teenage years.
They don't have superpowers like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, please
I'm
don't
coming
put
in
me
the bath like this. Can't get me.
Got the frying pan to like block.
Exactly.
Oh, so really, before we get into that, did we ever talk about how she killed her mom?
How bogus it was? We always talk about the scene, but we never talk about it.
So before we get into the episode, or the last 2 episodes, I think we need to talk about. So she went up, and she was having her period for the first time.
Yep.
Did she kill her mother with her period blood?
Yes.
Okay. I'm making sure I'm like this, which is just.
And she was angry because she was angry. She was embarrassed and she was
Yeah.
angry. And that's why I shot out.
Yeah.
But she didn't know that she was doing it. But it was, yes, she
Yeah,
got
it
killed
was-
with period blood. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because she never had the powers until that time, but she also never had a period until that first time. So it's like everything manifested at the same time. And then the mom's knocking on the door and stuff like that. And then she's like
frustrated because she's trying to hide it because that's what all y'all girls, have that conversation with their mother. But she was trying to hide it. She was frustrated. And then that's what happened.
Yeah. And then I mean, it kind of also is like, was the mom more worried about her, getting her period for the first time, or thinking that her powers might have manifested?
I think she was worried about the period part. I don't
Me
think she had
too.
anything about the powers.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, because like at what point do you're like, oh, they gotta show up eventually, right?
I don't think so. Like,
and isn't that in the back of your mind? Like, I did this to my kid, and it didn't happen when they were a baby. So like, is it eventually going to happen? So now she's saying, oh, and you're like, it could be this or it could be that. I don't know if she's
like 11 or 12, which is like right in the wheelhouse. Like,
no, 100%.
You have a girl 11 or 12, stomach hurting. You're thinking, I need to be there for her. And she looked at her. She was like, oh, I need to go over there. And I need to get up there. And that's what moms do. They, they come in and tell us normal, go through the whole thing and everything. And she just happened to get shot with some staples of blood.
Yeah. Is this Carrie? No, this is GenV. And I don't know if we're really spoiling anything, because this is how the show starts. The show starts with this scene. So, we're not really spoiling too much of it. But yeah. Because they kind of bring up the whole scene again in this episode, which made me think, I was like, oh yeah, we don't think we ever talked about like how she killed her mom. Like, we know she used her powers and stuff like that. And dad. Well, dad, did she I think she sliced him too, or did she blow him up or something?
No, she sliced him. So he was because he saw when he visited in the room, him slumped over her mom because like he got sliced with more stuff. Yeah. Because she was just so freaked out.
Yeah. Because that was one thing I was thinking too. I was like, I know it was obviously because of it's her getting her period for the first time, but also it was like, as a parent, because all the parents injected their kids with this. So it's like in the back of your head, because like I don't want to get too much into this episode, but it's like, how are you getting mad at your kid for the thing you did to them?
You did to them.
How you get mad at a 6-year-old?
Yeah. It was like, you literally are making them a superhuman before they're even a human and understand anything going on. You decided to put that in their life. So now shit's happening. And you're like, I'm afraid of her. You did it. You did it. It wasn't like they just like
put you in a dungeon. Like, dude, why is kid in a dungeon?
But I know that's not the first time they've done that, because I think they talked about it in The Boys too. Not everyone was like Starlight and had like a mom that like
understood and was there to be.
Well, also like sold her, as like this like super Christian superhero that's the light of God type of shit, which was super awesome and funny. But I just wanted to talk about that before, because I know it's kind of going back a little bit, but you're describing the remake of Carrie. Wow.
Was it? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Except what's that? Pig's blood is her own blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then of course Carrie suffers a period in the shower room, or not suffers, but has her first period in the in the shower room, and that's when her kind of telekinetic powers
come up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say suffer. Poor choice of words on my end. But
that's what it is. The first one.
Well, especially you're not at home, especially man, I can't even imagine if it's at school and stuff like that. That's got to
That happens a lot of girls that at school, away from home.
Well. Jordan Marie enemies to lovers arc. Yeah, I know TikTok and Twitter are happy with that, because that's a popular trope. Yeah. Well, we're gonna save that for I'm gonna mark that.
Yeah. All
right, let's get into Chris Olave was arrested for reckless what?
Say what?
Chris Olave, a football player, was arrested for reckless operation of a motor vehicle tonight.
It's New Orleans, man. Stop drinking so much.
And then thank you, Christian McCaffrey, and freaking Jordan Addison. I needed like 30 points, and I'm like, between CMC and
Addison by himself got like 29.
32 points. He got up 32, and CMC had a rough start, and then he got a few touchdowns. He got 8 touchdowns, I think. So
yeah, rushing and a passing.
Yeah. So with my horrible pickup team, because everyone
cannot believe Minnesota won. What the hell?
Maybe they're not as bad, but I don't know.
No, they shouldn't have won last week.
They shouldn't. No. All right, let's talk about this GenV stuff.
All right.
Hopefully, Dre Mac's still in here. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Cram with Brandman Brandon down there, Brian the Grizzly over there, and we are going to talk about, I believe, the last 2 episodes of GenV. I think we're a little bit behind, so we'll just talk about everything, up to this point. So I believe Friday was episode 6.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the last one we saw. Yeah.
I just lost track. I see it and I'm like, watch. So we're gonna talk about that and any of the events that happened in the last episode 5, where it was the whole like forgetting who they or where they are and stuff like that. The whole memory loss.
All these huge gaps in their memory. Which is crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll kind of just talk about all that together. But
we should talk about 5 first, because I just have a question for you guys.
What you got?
Wasn't the first person you think that did this to you, like everyone's powers? Wouldn't Kate be the first person you think did something to you?
I mean, not
if I don't remember something.
On one hand, absolutely. On the and the reasoning speaks for itself. Exactly what you just said, Brian. At the same time, when you're in like your circle of friends, it's kind of like, would she do that? Why would she do that?
She's the only one that has that power. Like literally, we've seen her do it to people, and then they're like, "Man, I don't remember the last 3 days." Like,
oh yeah, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, I feel kind of conflicted, because I thought this girl was my friend. Like I thought we were cool. So I kind of understand the the reluctance to want to believe something like that or even think about something like that. So I definitely understand both views for sure.
But I think that's why they also started showing other characters that could do that. Where you had the guy who was like R-wording a bunch of other students because he would use his like whatever brain, where you can like, I forgot what they did, but the one that she blew up his dick,
Yeah, but
so it was like there's those people on campus that can do that, that
one
are assholes.
But that literally wiped people's mind. They all saw her wiping people's minds. Like they all experienced it. They all knew that she could do this.
I don't think they ever saw. When did they see her though? I'm trying to think. When did they see her wipe minds?
Like, even at the beginning, we saw when they're at. I thought we saw when they were at the club. Like she was like, "Oh, well, I'll take care of some of this stuff," and then that's when she shot. Like I thought that they all know that she could do this. That's her power. She manipulates people. They all know where everyone else's power is. So like, why wouldn't the first thing you think of in this effed up school, in this effed up situation, think, hey, maybe it's Kate? And then you're so surprised. Like they're all like, I'm so hurt.
Well, like you say, you never expect the phone call from coming inside kind of thing. It's like, I guess you don't expect your friend to do it. And they kind of set it up too, where she's like, oh, I don't do it unless you give me consent. And then she told Luke, she goes, where he's like, oh, make me. She goes, oh, I can't do that. And obviously she's lying, but
through her teeth.
Oh man, man. What's up, Dave Show? What's going on, Dave?
What's
How you doing? We're just talking about GenV. Roofies, aka Roofies. Rufus,
aka Roofies.
Yeah. But I mean that's a good question. But I guess you just don't expect your friend to, especially for like somebody like Andre, like this is somebody like you. Love or think you love,
That should be the first person you think of, man. If I think someone's suffocating me, my first thoughts are my wife, because she's the one who's closest to me.
Yeah, it's like statistically, that's
Just saying.
Yeah.
We found out how bogus Andre was in this episode. So yeah.
An episode. Well, if you say you want to talk about episode 5 a little bit,
yeah.
I don't think too much happens in episode 5 because I think episode 5 was a big setup for episode 6.
Yeah,
but they're just trying to figure out why are they forgetting all these things, and that was the only thing. Like that was kind of like what it was. So it was kind of like a like Scooby-Doo kind of episode of like
who done it?
Who's the bad guy?
Who done it?
Yeah, who done it? I don't think we get anything else too much. Right?
So no one remembers except Sam.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
Sam.
I think about episode 5 had one of the best killing scenes I've ever seen ever. Muppet Murder is one of the best scenes ever. Oh man, that was such an insane scene where, and it was so graphic. That had to be one of the most graphic things that the Boys universe has done. But it was Muppets, so it's kind of like okay,
The Muppet stuff was just tripping me out.
It was, and then they kind of do it again in this episode, which
exactly definitely do. That was weird. I was like, man,
yeah, Sam's messed up in that. But the murder stuff where he's just like ripping them apart, and there's just like red glitter flying everywhere, and oh man, I'm like laughing, and I was like. And when it's all done and it's back to the real world and you just see all the dead bodies. Or the one dude was like, don't do it. I have a kid and wife. And he just like rips him in half.
Yeah, he literally ripped him in half. And you see like his spine like hanging from his body.
Oh man, that was one of the coolest things. And I don't know how the Boys universe keeps doing this. Like we're 6 episodes into this show and we're still getting surprised on how crazy and graphic some of these things are, it's just like,
but it's so much like college. Like it makes so much sense when you think about how college is. That's
exactly what I was thinking about. It's a little more extreme and kind of untethered than The Boys is, but it works. These are kids we're talking about. Even in college, we were all in our own ways, we were like the same way.
I was like, I think some of these episodes remind me of college and football and and things that happen outside of the locker room.
Yeah, all the trouble and antics I got into in college. So yeah, I could definitely relate.
Yeah. Well, that was one thing that when Andre and Kate wake up, from their nap or whatever, they're in like one of the houses and like everyone's having sex. So
yeah. And everyone thought that was just a Tuesday or more like a
Thursday. Oh man.
Thursday's before Friday because Friday no one has classes, so it's the first day of the weekend, Thursday. So that's why it's
Thursday. Yeah. Nice.
Look at Brandon. He knows.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, close enough to UIC. I know.
I'm talking about he knows because NASCAR in Purdue.
No, yeah. All right. I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened in episode 5 because episode 5 was a good episode, but it wasn't great.
Besides really being more introduced to Sam and the whole idea with Sam and Emma and all that stuff. That's and Sam trying to get Emma to know. To see herself differently. I think that was probably the only thing we saw.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of like like the obligatory getting to that mid-season filler episode. I was fine with it though.
Yeah. Real quick before Dave Show said you guys were right about the Continental on Peacock.
I'm sorry, Dave.
I know. Yeah. I watched his review and I didn't get the chance to comment, but I know he didn't get to finish it. I think he said he turned it off before it ended. And the best part of the entire fucking show is like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's the best part of it. You're like, oh, that explains everything. So yeah, check that out, at least Dave. So but appreciate that. I'm like, I watched it. I'm like, oh, we're not the only ones that hated it. So
that's funny.
Yeah, could have been so much more.
It should,
or just didn't need to happen.
Yeah. But I mean, you get good shows like Gen V where you're just stuck into it, and then you get stuff like that where you expect greatness and you get nothing. And this, I expected madness, and I'm getting so much more.
No, it's still madness. I mean, because like if we can fast forward to episode 6, I mean, when you really discuss what's going on in the woods, that's pretty interesting, and it has ramifications throughout the entire The Boys universe. You know, because if now that's a way to control Soups. If you now have a way to kill them,
if Butcher were to find this, man, he would like it. That's the first thing I thought about was Butcher. I was like, if Butcher knew about this, there would be nothing that can stop him from. He would kill everybody to get this, virus. I thought that was really interesting, and I didn't think they were going that way. I thought they were going to find a way to control them, which I think that's what they were kind of going for.
That's what they're looking for. And we didn't know. And Deidre hates all Soups, and she's like Butcher.
For this universe.
Story.
Yeah, she is. I'm kind of curious. I never really cared for her too much. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But now I'm really interested in her character. In Shetty, they call her, which is her last name, Idra. Which is like the principal, not the principal.
She's like the dean.
Dean. Yeah, Dean.
Yeah. I'm way more interested in her character, like a lot more. But yeah. What else went on?
So now, we got the whole Emma and Sam, hooking up, and we got the more puppet stuff. That puppet, I didn't know what they say about it. I looked at my wife and she was like, I guess people like puppets, man. It's just like
the Emma. I usually
hit the glass. I was like dying.
I usually watch the show by myself because Erica doesn't really want to watch it. It's like too much for her. But the other day I'm like, hey, you mind if I put it on? She was doing something on her phone. She goes, yeah, whatever. And then they have the sex scene, and I was like, oh man, I'm not like uncomfortable, but it's like the first time she's watching this, and they're having the sex scene, and then she turned into a puppet. And I was like, out of the blue. And it was so funny, and it was like you said, the hand on the glass.
The hand on the glass, it got me. I was dying. Oh, you were so wrong in every way.
Yeah. I agree. Emma can ride. That was really funny. That was really funny. Even later in the episode, when Emma and Sam go back to the group, and Jordan was like, "You have sex here." I do. It's like,
what are you talking about?
And like, they don't even say hi or anything. He just like busts down the wall or whatever. They walk through the door or whatever they do, and that's the first thing Jordan says. It's like
it is funny, but what's also funny was the fact that you can control Sam at all. He threw all of them through like walls, windows. It didn't matter. He was going to do whatever he wanted to do. There is no controlling him.
Yeah. There's so much. I wonder what they're gonna do with Sam and how powerful he is. And they even said it, Clancy Brown's character, even said like,
what were they doing to Sam?
Yeah.
What exactly power were they giving? Like, what?
I have a lot of questions about that.
Because him and his brother Luke, were really, really interesting. But Luke is obviously dead, But it makes you think: is like, are they actually messed up in the head, or did something in the woods give them? Was it their powers manifesting mess with their head, or what's going? Like, why? Especially Sam right now. Why is Sam so messed up in the head? I mean,
it seems like he's schizophrenic. It's also that he lost his brother, and his brother thought that he was dead the entire time.
Yeah. Also, it could be Kate. They kind of hinted at that. Kate just messed with their memories pushing
them so much.
Yeah.
that's ruining their minds.
Yeah, there's got to be like some consequences to what she does. So yeah. But Sam is really interesting and how powerful he is, and Clancy Brown's character, who was like another big teacher that that taught like
Bickerhoff, whatever, Professor
yeah,
Bickerhoff.
yeah. He said like Luke and Sam have the same power set more or less, and he said Luke could rival Homelander, which was really interesting. So I was like, damn, like what is Sam gonna be? And I have some theories that I wonder if they could tie Sam into the boys later.
I think they're all going to be tied to the boys at the end of this.
I think so too.
We already got that cameo in this episode in Soldier Boy.
Great cameo, by the way.
Inside of Kate's mind.
Jensen Ackles is just so entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
especially with his like delivery. It's just like that, like stereotypical, like bravado. Like it's great.
Every time I see him, he starts talking. I only see Dean.
I don't know. I mean, him throwing a lot of curse words and shit that kind of changes it up a little.
Oh, Dean was a demon. He became a demon. So yeah,
I don't know that I see Dean. Dean always came off like a decent enough dude.
He killed all type of people. Especially had the mark of Cain.
Yeah, but like the Soldier Boy just comes off as that like stereotypical, like stereotypical, like beta or alpha male, basically.
Yeah.
It always bothers me every time I see him. I thought he was short. I always thought he was short.
Yeah.
And he's like 6'2".
Yeah. Short because the other dude was the guy who played Sam was pretty tall too.
He's like 6'5". Like, that's what it was.
See, Tony said I can see Jensen as Batman, 100%.
I've always thought he should be Batman.
Yeah,
I'd be good with it. I'd be good with it.
He did voice Batman, yeah.
In Longest Halloween or Halloween.
Long Halloween,
yeah. But as Soldier Boy, and I also liked it where it is a cameo, but it kind of isn't, because it's not the real Soldier Boy,
exactly.
which was good. So it's just her, which is awesome, her imaginary friend, that she and her / boyfriend, Soldier Boy,
boyfriend that taught her how to do stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God, he goes into detail with that. So I like it. It is obviously the character, but it really wasn't him. So I appreciated that. So it didn't feel like it was too much. Like it felt like, yeah, of course, like these young kids would idolize these superheroes, and as you get older, you start having different feelings and stuff. So yeah, it makes sense, because that was one thing I think we were all worried about, where were they going to over cameo it too much? And
they don't have to. Yeah. They don't have to, because this is a strong enough story. These are strong enough characters. You enjoy everyone,
Yeah, and even if they didn't have the cameos, I'd be, it would still work. This is solid enough to really kind of stand on its own, be in its own little corner. And for the most part, it is very much in its own little corner. The cameos have felt they've never felt forced or shoehorned or just there just for the sake of saying, hey, remember this is set in the boys universe.
It is. It's just understanding the setting.
Yeah.
It's just there to kind of it's there to kind of remind you that they do kind of coexist in the same world. But
the cameos there, the ramifications of things that are happening here are also going to deal with something you have to deal with in the boys. I think without seeing those characters, it's good to understand that. So now when the boys comes in and they are talking about this stuff, we're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're doing it right.
I think so. Yeah, and they're doing it entertaining too, because they could bring in this stuff and tell these stories that they need to expand the world for the boys' main show. But like this feels like it's its own thing, and this could, like, I don't know how long of a run it could have, but it definitely could merge together with the boys, And if you ever read the comic book, like in the comic book, there's a lot of smaller superhero groups. Some extremely stupid, like, oh my God, Stupid.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
I'm
I
curious to
gotta
see how many
go Spider.
seasons they do because I know obviously it just got renewed for the second season,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which I think we all saw that coming.
Yeah, as popular as it is right now, and as I said, you said the storyline is so strong, you can
Mhm.
definitely understand.
Yeah. Yeah. It is the best thing on Amazon Prime right now.
Oh,
So
wait, hold your tongue, because I'm about to do a review.
yeah. Upload
Upload season 3.
3.
I
Oh,
already watched episode 1 and 2, and I'm about to do a 1 and 2 review. I might do that
nice.
tomorrow before you guys, I
Like,
might
yeah,
do it
man.
tonight. I don't know. It was good.
I cannot believe season 3 like flew in all the way under my radar. I didn't even know that it was on its way until you mentioned it, Brian. I didn't know how long it was going to be. I knew they were making it, but um, I knew nothing of it going into production. Like I can't believe it just completely like flew in under my radar the way it did.
I've been waiting.
I get you.
And, yeah. I had a question for you guys, though.
Yeah.
Getting back to GenV, who is your favorite character?
What you got, Brandon?
Probably Emma. I just like
Mhm.
her. I just like her liveliness.
That's one way to call it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's the liveliest character on the show, and I just find her very entertaining to watch.
Mm.
So I Emma easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably same. I'm really enjoying Emma. You know, like she had a really messed up childhood with her mom. You know,
Mhm.
like when she got big, it was like, oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense. I didn't even think about it. Makes
You
sense.
get
And then
small.
yeah, if you can get small by purging, then if you eat a lot, then yeah, it makes sense. Like you when you're small and you like it just makes so much sense that I completely didn't even think about it. But she explained why she doesn't do it. And I was like, oh yeah, your parents suck. Your mom sucks. But I really enjoy her because she seems I get what Brandon's saying with her being lively, and it kind of is, but I think now she has more of a purpose where before she didn't really have a purpose. She was just there to like, I'm gonna be on Dancing with the Stars one day type of shit. Where now she's like,
She's also having
oh,
sex with everybody too. I mean, that's another thing too. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was only a second, two dudes. Well, the first dude was like she thought she liked. This I think she
Yeah.
actually likes.
Oh no, all he had to
She,
do was say, "I kind of like you," and she was like, "Oh, I'm
yeah.
there." Here we
Well, I
go.
mean, that's a lot of like childhood trauma she had too, with needing to be loved.
Once again, another thing that happens a lot in college.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I'm really enjoying her as a character. Um, but I would have to put like Andre up there too. He's kind of an
Mhm.
interesting character.
Even
Obviously
after seeing that
Marie Moreau.
even after he
Yeah, but
cheated on
that's
well, I mean, he didn't
that's
cheat.
he did.
He didn't cheat,
Well,
but Kate, I mean,
yeah,
I guess he cheated on his best friend, I guess, but Kate cheated. I mean, he helped.
yeah. He was the other dude.
Yeah. The whole
And
time that they
to
were
his best
working on
friend.
it. Best friend.
So
And the one that he says he loves. Like,
yeah,
I love that dude.
yeah.
I
So
miss him so much. And I'm like, really? Do
yeah,
you really?
yeah, I don't. But yeah, that's why the whole dream sequence in the heads was really cool. But I do like Andre. Marie Moreau is like the main character of it all.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
she's the glue putting them together. But I think
yeah,
all of them are more interesting. Like
yeah.
Jordan is super interesting.
Mhm.
Emma,
Mhm.
super interesting. Andre with the dad thing, that's cool.
Yeah.
Even Sam, I don't like Kate that much, but she's
Yeah.
interesting.
There you go. Tony said Emma too. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's just like you said, she's just I think like more free spirited, more just like she seemed like an actual college student, like and then she just had this really interesting turn where she like fell in love with somebody who was like not because like it's gonna make her more famous or anything, it's just because like she is a legit like good person, I think.
Mhm.
So
You think that's why?
what?
You don't think it's because he was, you know, making her feel better. She has low self-esteem, and he was making herself feel better about herself.
Yeah,
you are a real superhero. That's all it was. She only has one way to deal with anyone who's giving her positive reinforcement, like anything that's positive. That's the only way she knows how to thank anyone. That's all it is. It's a psychological thing. So I wonder if
I just said that's what she did with the other dude. Yeah,
it's a fleeting thing that she's like, oh, I must love you because you gave me some type of positive, outlook on myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You make me feel good, or you.
So I'm going to make you feel good. Just saying.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That is pretty interesting. Yeah, I see that relationship ending very badly.
Oh my god.
Whoo, man, very, very badly. I don't know how or who or what's gonna cause it, but when that goes down, that is gonna go down.
Blow up half the earth.
Yeah, that'd be good. Dave Show, I need to check out The Boys and Gen V, just not enough time. Man, if you like crazy, insane violence, I'm talking about insane violence, like shit exploding that you shouldn't see exploding on a person. Both of these shows, yeah, multiple times. You definitely gotta check out The Boys, season 1, season 2, and then was it season 3 already come out?
Season 3 is been waiting on.
Yeah,
season 3 is coming out.
No, that's February.
February. February. Yeah.
What comes out? Wait, the new season is February?
It should be February. Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be early 2024.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it seems like it might be up your alley, man. Definitely check it out. It is worth the watch. The seasons aren't too long either, so you can knock them out pretty quick.
One last question then. Let's finish for you guys.
Good.
The craziest scene we've seen out of Gen V or The Boys. The craziest scene you've seen. That made you just go, what the hell? Well, that's crazy that you saw in the film, but just like the craziest thing you saw. Period.
You got one, Brandon? If not, I know.
It's so easy to say the exploding dick.
In this show?
Yeah. But the love scene between Emma and Sam with her turning into a puppet.
That's up there? Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty high up there.
Yeah. Did you say just this show or
either one? Either one of them.
In either one. Because for me, man, just saying it sounds weird talking about when the dude shrinks down and goes inside the other dude's,
yep.
dick and
that.
Oh yeah.
Because they show on the inside, he's like all like, I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh man, that was messed up. That was bad. That was holy shit. Like I never thought I was. That's something that never even crossed my mind. I was like, oh, that's interesting. What? It's like the Ant-Man Thanos thing.
Exactly what you think about.
That's exactly what it is.
Never actually visualized it. So thank you, The Boys. We're actually like, hey, y'all wanted this. Here you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you ever see Reanimator? Reanimator is pretty nasty too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still say the worst thing I've ever seen was what I saw Mother's Milk have to go through when he walked into the house. Like,
the door.
Yeah, he walked there.
Hero-gasm.
The hero-gasm.
Hero-gasm was insane.
It was so nasty. Yes.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. I can't wait for The Boys season 4. Is it The Boys season 4 or is it season 3?
It's season 4. I don't.
Season 4.
It is season 4, right? Yeah.
Wow. Because
season 4 is the one that's coming up.
Season 3 was Soulja Boy. Yep.
Oh man. But yeah, this is what was they? Kay must have that grip because she had old boy sprung.
He is not wrong.
Kate. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you can do with her powers, I mean, she can make you feel real good just by saying, like, you're gonna feel real good.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, Dave Show. One last thing, he said he likes the insane action, love the Expendables, stuff like that. This is not that kind of action, although it does have some pretty good action. But it's like that. But imagine if, like, in the Expendables, they all had superpowers.
Yeah, exactly.
like that. So yeah, and they are not all the most ethical people. Yeah,
that's saying it nicely.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show is freaking awesome. It is a really good companion show, I think, that is starting to become, if not already for me, already became its own show, in this universe, because at first I'm like, oh, it's a nice little side show that's gonna help the boys out. And now it's we're episode 6, and I'm really enjoying this as much as I did the boys, especially the last season of the boys. I think this is better than the last season, and I enjoyed the last season a lot.
I don't know. I think there's still more characters I like than the boys. I think that I've enjoyed the characters in the boys a little bit longer right now, so it's harder for me to. I mean, it's cool. This is good. I don't know if it's still the boys level yet, but the craziness is still up there.
Yeah,
because I think
the craziness is definitely still there.
The writing of the boys and the character development. When we have 3 years of development, it's hard to match that.
Yeah,
but we're still getting a lot of character development and great writing in this, but it's just not enough to compare it to it yet. But it's getting up there. It's getting there.
Yeah. For me, I think it is. 'Cause I think the writing is, because if you take away the powers, you take away the connection to it all. I think it's still a really interesting show. That's like just a lot of like fun and
it is. But I think the boys is too, because I mean, when I think about
oh yeah,
when you start naming what are the top 5 characters from either show, all 5 of them are still in the boys.
True. Yeah. I can't
So
argue
that tells me that the boys are still up there, still there. But this has some good ones that, as we grow, could get up there.
Yeah. the boys creators need to show some more boobies.
More boobs.
In the comics, they don't go crazy with that. Not the boobies, the male side of it. Oh yeah. Not the female side. I remember. I could be wrong, but
yeah, I agree with you too.
Yeah, but cool. Anything else, Brandon, Brian? Nothing.
I'm just
so far for me. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, just interested to see what we get from episode 7. There's so much going on, because what we didn't really touch on, as we said, was what's going on in the woods. It seems like they really are going to dive really far into what's going on there, and the fact that now they've learned how to kill Soups, and what does that mean for everybody? What is Chef Shetty going to really do with that?
Yeah,
that could be dangerous for all of them. It could be dangerous for the boys. It could be, as you said, just a lot of stuff could be going on with that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Well, she's working for Vought too. Is like maybe she isn't the end goal. Maybe the chick from Vought. No, maybe the chick from Vought. I can't think of her name. Ashley. Might be like, hey, I need something to control these crazy ass people. So I don't know. It's a lot of intrigue. I don't watch the spoiler or the sneak peeks for the next episode. I'd rather just kind of be surprised going into the next episode. So I don't know what's going on, if they show the sneak peek or not. But cool. Yeah. I mean, we talked a lot about the show. But we really enjoy it. We are having a lot of fun with it. I know Dramac was in here earlier. He's doing reviews and talks about it as well. I know he's really enjoying it. So make sure you go check out Dramac. Check out our other reviews for the GenV and the boys, because we do a full breakdown of all of those. But yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and this one. Oh yeah, Maria's caked up. There you go. But yeah, thank you guys, and we will see you guys next time with some more GenV stuff.
Okay. See you guys.
Wait.
My bad, I got all like confuzzled. See, there was one more topic. I don't think there's any trailers. Hold on, I gotta get rid of this cat. This cat keeps laying on my keyboard and messing everything up. Was there any trailers that you guys can think of? Because I only have one other topic that I know both of you would like to talk about anyway.
Oh,
I didn't know of any trailers.
Yeah, I don't remember any.
I don't think we can talk about is the fact that Killers of the Flower Moon is so freaking long.
Yeah,
like the Titanic long.
So there was two more topics. That one we can knock out real quick. Give me that cat's number. you like Kate? Cat? No, Kate. That's Kate, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the cat. Oh, I was thinking of the Kate, but my cat. Yeah, he's a little butthole. I just want to pull up real quick. Pull some box office numbers real quick. All right. Let's talk about Taylor Swift versus Martin Scorsese. Going too fast.
Before you do this, I actually do have to answer this because that's someone from Wrigley called me.
All right, go for it. Bring it down. So Werewolf by Night has come out in color a year later from its original release date. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I do want to rewatch it and see what
I think I'm going to rewatch it tomorrow. I really enjoyed Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, I think the color would be cool. I think it'll give it a different vibe for sure. Right off the bat, I think the black and white might be better. But with that being said, the colorized version of it might be pretty cool.
I love the black and white of I just thought it really it really helped with the experience and the vibe that they were going for. Because it was very theatrical, retro style horror almost, which was I really liked that. I really liked the black and white decision. And check it out in color just to see how it measures up or if I feel any differently about it. I don't really see myself feeling too differently about it because I just really rocked with Werewolf by Night. I'll probably watch it every Halloween season moving forward. Nice.
Yeah.
It's funny because if you start looking at my background, I've added
more Funkos.
So many more Funkos. It's so weird. Like I'm supposed to be packing up, and I keep on looking like, man, I love this one. I need to get this one. And then like, oh, I love that one. I need to get this one too.
Yeah. But it is definitely one where I probably want to rewatch, even if they didn't release it in color. Just because it was a lot of fun. It was a really cool one. I think that, like you said, that might be one on my Halloween watch list from now on because it wasn't to the point where you're like freaking out, but it was enough very old school kind of horror vibes. That was kind of cool. So.
Yeah,
it's short and to the point too. That's what I liked about it.
That too. Okay, you can have a movie that's short and be good.
Yeah,
and Werewolf by Night.
But it was also on Disney Plus.
It was on Disney. I think
that doesn't really help our argument.
No, but I mean, a good movie is a good movie, no matter where it's at. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. Five Nights at Freddy, we'll find out. But I wonder if this was released in theaters, if this would have done well. I don't know if
I would have loved to have see that in the theaters. I would have loved to have a theatrical experience watching Werewolf by Night. I think that would have been fun.
I think this is perfect for Disney Plus.
I do too. I think so. But it would have been fun now knowing what it is. Like I kind of want to see it on the big screen. But yeah.
I agree with everyone's asking about the American Fiction stuff.
When
you guys did it on
Thursday,
we did you guys looked at the trailer, and I agree, guys. It looks really, really good. But yeah, check out the video that they had on Thursday. Tank did
it's out now. Yeah, it was hard trying to find a picture for it, and it was really hard finding because there's Jeffrey Wright, and then I found that picture that they used for whatever poster where it's Jeffrey Wright, but they draw like it looks like they drew with a yellow crayon, like the hat and the hood, and he's got like a balloon hanging out. I was like, that was perfect. But I don't think. I think American Fiction is going to be a great movie, like a really great movie that not a lot of people are going to go see.
Yeah,
it's going to suck.
You got Keith David, you got Issa Rae, you're going to have Sterling K. Brown, and Jeffrey Wright, and no one's going to go see it.
Yeah.
It's a shame because like Jeffrey Wright's always been an awesome actor, and he just deserves more leading roles. You know, I'm really waiting to see him get that leading role that gets enough recognition and enough attention.
Yeah.
You know,
this might be it, man. This might be, if it's really done well. I mean, could he be up for an Oscar possibly?
I'd love to see it.
I have opinion on it. I don't know if you want to hear it, but
what's that on Jeffrey Wright or the movie?
It's too many black people in it, not enough balance. You're not going to have a movie with that many black people in it, and it'll be an Oscar-worthy nomination.
That is interesting. That is kind of true. Because the first movie that popped in my head was Black Klansman.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a black man surrounded by all white people.
All white people.
Yeah. You know, racist and non-racist. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, it's really. I mean, it's not too, because there was this Issa Rae and Jeffrey Wright were really the only like black actors in it. Mm-hmm. You know, everyone else
K. Brown.
Oh yeah, that's
right. K. Brown is in it.
Erica Alexander.
Yeah. Well, because I was thinking like Brody was
Adam Brody's in it.
Adam Brody.
He's literally it.
Yeah, he's about it.
He's literally it. That's it.
Yeah. It does look really, really good. And it was that fake activism kind of, it was hinting at that and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna probably go see it in theaters. Like, even
see it in theaters.
Yeah, Erica watched it. Goes, did you guys watch that American Fiction trailer? I was like, yeah, because she never watches trailers. She hates trailers, and she goes, oh, I just watched it. I think it looks awesome. I'm like, yeah,
it does look amazing.
Oh,
but hey, Horror Geek does say this: American Fiction won that TIFF, that simply correlates to Best Picture nominations. I think that this year it's hard because of all the movies and the blockbusters that came out and all that stuff, and it's going to be difficult. And especially with the animated ones, because animated movies are going to be in Best Picture nominations.
Mario Brothers isn't. I mean,
but Spider-Verse
will definitely be there.
Will probably. Yeah, that's the only one I could think of.
Barbie is going to be up there. Oppenheimer is going to be up
there.
Killers of the Flower Moon are going to be in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many big ones that are going to be there. Does this make it? I don't know.
Yeah. That might not be a bad idea, because I know Movie Time Minute's really big into the Oscars too. So hopefully, I want to collab with him a lot. So what we should do is right before they announce the Oscars, we should have our guesses at it. Because it's Best Picture nominations. There's 10 nominations. So
did we just do that? Did we just get it?
No, we just got like 5 maybe. What'd you say? You said Spider-Man, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon. That's 4.
What are the ones that we talked about? Because there's been a lot of stuff that we've been.
Yeah, so I mean, you gotta go back and look at it. I mean, Dune would have been on that list, but
it's not going to be there anymore.
Napoleon.
Damn it.
Don't forget about
going to be
Dave,
there.
Exactly. Napoleon's definitely going to be up there.
I have to wait and see with Napoleon.
It looks good, man.
It does, but there's a lot of Ridley Scott stuff that's come out in recent years that's looked good, and then just ultimately to be not bad, but forgettable. Which, he Ridley Scott's an enigma to me. He's made stuff that I've absolutely loved, and then he's made stuff that like I said, even though he's made, I've never really seen anything from him that I've said, oh, this sucks, but like he's made things that have just fallen flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you're gonna get things like what we saw, that Iron Claw thing. I think Iron Claw's gonna end up being up there.
Mm-hmm.
What's that movie with the guy from France?
The
Maestro guy.
Is it called The Maestro? Let them come out. No, let them come out. The Maestro don't come out until next year, I think.
Oh, the Maestro guy from Frank. Remember, we all saw it. We all talked about it. It was going to be something.
Oh man, I can't think
The
of
black
it.
guy. You guys
Which
don't
one?
remember?
I do not remember, man. I don't remember.
Same.
Real quick here, Horror Geek, Poor Things is definitely a contender. I see that. Iron Claw, you said it is a good contender too. I'm trying. I don't know what else. What else we got? Top Gun, probably not. The Top Gun, no, that came out last year. Never mind.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah,
Chevrolet.
I don't think so. I don't.
No.
I don't see it because it did well, but I don't know if it did good, and it didn't get a lot of critics not talking about it.
Yeah, it kind of came and went.
Yeah, Way of Water, obviously. You know, I mean, that's going to be Best Picture for sure.
Yeah. Do they throw in the Color Purple thing? I don't know.
Color, maybe.
We'll see. I'm kind of the trailers for me haven't done a whole lot. It looks fine to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks fine. I don't think it's going to be anything. I'm not sure it'll be anything Oscar worthy.
Yeah, Past Lives did really, really well. You know? And a lot of people are talking about that. So Past Lives is a good one.
It's another A24 one.
A24. Yeah,
you're probably gonna have 2 A24s. I think you're gonna get Spider-Verse in this still.
Deep Purple. Jeez.
Oh, absolutely.
Dave, so I hope Iron Claw does great. I'm a fan. I think it is going to do great. It looks amazing.
It's just going to be the feel bad movie of the year.
Yeah,
exactly. Yep. That's how I keep on saying.
Yeah,
I can't watch it and think about the story and think happy thoughts. This is not my Peter Pan movie. Like, this is going to be awful. It's going to be all negative thoughts. Like, man, this is awful. I can't believe we're talking about this.
Yeah, the Maestro. Yeah, it is 2023. Okay. Yeah, it's the Bernstein, whatever, and his nose with the guy who voices Rocket.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Wow. Well, he put it on like this prosthetic nose and like a chin.
The one that with the hook. Whatever.
Yeah. I guess it's pissing a lot of people off. Yeah. Anatomy of the Fall and Zone. I'm interested in predicted a lot. That I never heard of that one. I got to check that one out.
I heard of the Holdovers, but I haven't heard of the Anatomy of the Fall.
Yeah. So they usually freaking cat he's laying right on my keyboard. But I think we might do that. Like the week before they do the announcements, we'll do our own predictions. I think that'd be fun. We'll bring out some of the movie tuber guys. So yeah,
I'm good with that.
I like that.
Yeah. But cool. But yeah, there we go. What else we got? Oh, so I did want to talk about box office stuff. So Killers of the Flower Moon, we just talked about like it's gonna be up for an Academy Award for a bunch of shit, because Martin Scorsese is, genius director, quote unquote. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, he likes his long movies. Holy shit. He
definitely does.
Dude, I mean, come on. I was like 3 hours in and I was like, all right, we still got more.
Yeah. I think it's right under 3.5 hours.
I think it's over 3.5 hours.
Not, is it?
I think it's like 335, 340.
I'll say that. Oh man. Yeah. Isn't it just depressing? White people doing bad things to minorities. That's history, man.
Yeah, I mean that's everything, right?
Yeah, that's just history. That's not even just American history. That's just history.
No. A lot of history is you also got white people doing bad things to other white people too.
That's true. Yeah, poor and or minorities. There you go.
Poor or minorities, exactly.
Yeah. But so that came out, and it was going to be the big weekend for Killers of the Flower Moon. It made 23.3 million domestically. Right. The budget for this movie was 200 million. 200 million, and it had like no CGI because you don't
Yeah,
want CGI.
200 million. That's par for the course, right?
Yeah, that's
and it's been in the making for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. But so it only made 23 million. And it's still got second place.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, the Aries tour, second week, and it made 33 million. So it beat a Scorsese film, and I already heard a lot of people are like, where's Martin Scorsese saying like Taylor Swift is not real cinema? That doesn't count. Yeah, he's gonna come out and say something like that. But yeah, so
I mean, Killer the Flower Moon made what all together 44 or 45 million
worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
44. Yeah, 44 worldwide. So I don't know how big this movie's gonna get worldwide. Because it's an American history story. Yeah, I don't know, and it's not a happy story by any means. So it's gonna be kind of interesting to see how this does, because I think it might have. I don't know if it's gonna get more than 30 mil, like worldwide, at least international numbers.
Yeah, already made 25, right?
21.
Oh, 21.
It's at 21 as of right now.
I think it goes 60
international.
Yeah, I said that because I think
the people that saw it already saw it.
That's it. It's hard saying it because when you hear Oscar worthy movie, and you hear those type of things, I think that you're going to see people are going to go see it.
Possibly. But they're saying this 23 million is a win in a lot of places. Like, oh, that's good. I was like, is it though? And Elle was in here not too long ago, and she reposted something on her Twitter account, and it was somebody saying along the same lines, is like, hey, this great director, Scorsese makes a movie and only makes 23 million opening weekend. Wrinkle of Time made more money. Eternals made more money. Other movies made more money, and those were all considered flops. That they weren't good enough, but this
creator,
yeah, but that was actually like good movie. Wow, I didn't watch
it. It was considered a flop.
So and the budget was not 200 million for a creator. The budget was 80. So yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like, does Scorsese get special treatment, or do these big directors like a Nolan, a Scorsese, do they get a special treatment? In Hollywood, where maybe their movie flopped, but they're like, yeah, but it's okay because it's an Oscar movie.
That's a good question.
But
anytime you have an FBI seen as the good guy, they guys, oh, it's a good positive.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that nope? Spielberg lost last year. But again, like he lost, but he was at least in the conversation.
Yeah.
And
we didn't know. We were like, it might work.
Yeah. And I like the Fabelmans. Actually, a lot of people didn't like it. I really thought it was a good movie. Yeah. But it didn't do well in the box office either, and it had a lot of issues there. So the Fabelmans was a flop as well. But because it was Spielberg, it's like, well, it's a Best Picture nomination. It's Spielberg, So that's kind of interesting. Like, do these guys get special treatment? They make maybe it is a good movie or a bad movie, but they make a big budget movie with a lot of talk, and it flops in the box office, but yet they're still in this conversation to win all these awards. I don't know.
I mean, I think that's a good question. I mean, when you have that much, but they pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that Quentin Scott also said the Tulsa Massacre is never going to be one of those movies. They're not going to do a movie about that, and they're not going to sit there and say, "Oh, that's it." No, they pick and choose.
Yeah. I mean, they could do something like that. But it would need to be 100. Well, it is pretty close, but because this was 100 years ago. So
Tulsa Massacre.
Yeah. No. The Killers of Flower Moon.
Killers of Flower Moon was 1920.
No, the whole Osage, stuff was 100 years ago. So but things need to be old enough, where they can we can tell the story and no one can get in trouble, kind of shit. I
was like, Tulsa was 1921. That's why I was like, wait,
yeah, that's right, yeah. It was 100 years ago. That's why I was like, I thought it was more like in the 40s or something like that, but yeah.
Oh no, 40s. We're talking about Jim Crow.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, we could, but it also depends on who's gonna make it. You know what I mean? So
I think when you're talking about Black people and race, it's hard to put it as something that's going to be up there.
Yeah.
It reminds America too much of its original sins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why this movie is out. It's say it's also one of.
No, but you can have a lot of white people in this movie.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. And you can
put a lot of white people in this movie. You can't talk about, if you want to talk about slavery, that's gonna be a different thing. Then it's gonna be talking about
Yeah. So it's just the other thing is what is the current need for this movie though? I think it isn't. I think it is an important story to tell because there's a lot of people that might not know this kind of stuff, or people who didn't read the book. There's a book that came out like some years ago and told the story. So telling these kind of stories is important, because otherwise you do kind of forget, stuff like that. So I do think it is important stuff to tell. It might not be a happy-go-lucky, kind of thing to talk about, but I think it is important nonetheless. Whether it's told well is different. I haven't seen the movie yet. So I'm not 100% sure. I know it's long. I know it's a long movie.
Super long. I was like, okay.
Yeah. A story about Palestine. Yeah, that's never going to happen ever. Yeah. I mean, people will stay far from that.
There probably will be movies about that. It just won't be truthful.
That's true too. Tulsa was 1921. There you go, Putin's cat. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, that's why I saw these and just like how much, it's not a flop. It's not a flop. How many times Leo gonna be a white dude that kills non-white people or watch slaves wrestle to death in his lounge?
But Django won.
Yeah,
he killed everybody.
Yeah,
that's what it should have been. It's like we just put it turn it on his head. They killed everybody instead.
Well, yeah, but that's a Tarantino, so you definitely get a different ending with stuff like that. But yeah, Leo. I guess Leo. Does Leo get typecasted as? It's like, hey man, you're really good saying the N-word. You want to join my movie? It's like
they say, we won't let you get away with it.
Yeah, because Jamie Foxx and Sam Jackson was like,
Tarantino loves the shit out of that word.
God, we were not kidding.
I hear well, I'm sure everyone's seen where the stories where they've been saying he wants to do a Star Trek movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was like set phasers to N-bomb.
Oh my God. Whoa. Wow. That's great.
That's funny. I might clip that. That might be a short.
Wow. Wow.
And then Poonscat said I turned Django off at that scene with the wrestling. Worst from Melvin. Really?
I don't know if it's the worst though, because guess you probably missed the best part of the ending.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kill everybody. blow it up.
And Tarantino bring back the N-word back any script he makes. Just needlessly, like Brandon said. He'll make if he does a Star Trek, he'll make a whole planet just so he can say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah. The Oscar voters will still nominate Killers Flower Moon no matter what. Hit or not. That's exactly what I was kind of getting at. It's like because it's Scorsese,
Yeah, Hollywood
because
royalty.
yeah, Hollywood royalty. They always get the treatment. They always get the treatment.
And
so I haven't
and
watched it.
And I kind of hate to say that because Tarantino's made a ton of stuff that I liked. Not to cut you off, Tank. I'm sorry.
No. I agree. He has made a lot of awesome stuff. I mean, another film he kills a bunch of Nazis, so it's kind of good. But yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of wanting to bring this up. Is like, dude gets beat by Taylor Swift, and people are still saying like his movie is like not a flop. When it literally only made, even consider worldwide, 44 million worldwide opening weekend on a $200 million budget. If the MCU logo was slapped on there, you would get so many people saying that's it, it's over, restart, kill it all, like it doesn't matter. But since it's a Scorsese film, they're like, yeah, but it's good. It's like it's different reaction. It's super annoying. But I no worries, man. Yeah, there's a lot of violence in that house.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I did see it, Brandon. I don't know if I want to read that one. Yeah, but
yeah.
But
he said, "Did you see a sign in front of mine?" Oh my god, I can't.
Yeah, that one I want to bring up because you kind of spelled it out a little too much, even though you put like logos.
Yeah.
I don't know how YouTube is with that stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got. Unless you guys got anything else on. We'll do a review sometime this week. We'll probably I'll probably talk to you guys, but I think we might do it off camera or off.
I'm okay with doing that off camera,
off live. So we'll pre-record it and stuff like that. But we'll definitely be putting out Killers of Flower Moon sometime this week, hopefully.
Because it's hard when you could say a lot of negative things about something when it's so. I don't know. I think we should do off live because I think you it's gonna lose focus.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do it live. Even if we watched it, that's why I asked you guys earlier today. I'm like, did anybody watch it? Because even if we watched it, I didn't want to do it live just because it's heavy. It's a heavy topic, and as much as we love chat, don't get me wrong, but it could easily devolve into something random, and that's not what I want to do with that kind of movie. Because of the topic too. But yeah. But cool. But yeah, man, let us know what you think about do these directors get special treatments? I don't know. Maybe they do. I'm pretty sure they do. So all right. So I got one more.
I don't know. You gotta bring up this question real quick with that Kevin Davis thing. That's interesting.
This one? Oh yeah, let me bring up a few of from Kevin because I think he posted a bunch. Best anime feature will win Pixar Elemental, could win Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Could Elemental be Spider-Verse?
I don't think so. Just the animation in the Spider-Verse movies, you kind of know what to expect out of Pixar, and the Spider-Verse movies is such an interesting amalgamation of a lot of different animation styles. I think the animation style really is instrumental in the narrative, and that goes for both Spider-Verse movies as well. And they really upped the ante in this new one. I think that it's easily the most engaging animated movie that I've seen so far this year. I even want to say maybe I'm just kind of bigging it up too much, but I feel like even the animation style kind of influenced TMNT Mutant Mayhem. A lot of the animation, like the animation style in that kind of really reminded me of Spider-Verse. I know I've said multiple times that it felt like Mutant Mayhem animation wise was like Spider-Verse if it were an oil painting. And I really think that Spider-Verse is like kind of influential. I think it's going to influence a lot of animation moving forward. I think it might even kind of usher in like kind of like a new
But it's the second one. This is you've seen it already.
well, yeah, but that said, we've seen a ton of Pixar movies too.
Yeah, I don't. If you're talking about Elemental, I think it's Romeo and Juliet, and we've seen it 10,000 times. So whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was. I mean, Elemental was a really fun movie. I enjoyed it, especially after seeing it a few more times, like at home. I'm like, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun, cute Pixar movie. You know. But Spider-Man,
Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse is huge.
It took what we got from the first one and it elevated it more. Like it pushed it forward to something different and new. Story-wise, the animation style was still the same, but the story, like was better and more interesting.
It really tripled down on everything, right?
I think Elementals would have did better if you didn't spend so much money on the damn movie.
Elemental.
Yeah.
They need to figure out how to go talk to whoever did the creator and figure out like how'd you get that movie so cheap.
Just like you said, Wish is going to come out, and that's going to hurt because it's going to have the same thing.
Yeah,
it's going to have the same thing. Spend so much money, it's going to be a really good movie, but it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Can you?
Wait, does that come out this year?
Yeah.
Is it like November, right? I think.
Yeah, November.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Wish. I think Wish,
my girls looks
good. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, I know we talk about all the people talking shit about that, but I think
exactly. You know why?
Yep. Yeah. So, I think Spider-Man will still win it, but they're both gonna be nominated. Don't get me wrong, but also I think Spider-Man also might be in Best Picture. And that'll be really interesting. Because imagine if it's in Best Picture and Best Animated, but it doesn't win Best Animated. It's like how like it's kind of like Parasite a few years ago won Best Picture, but it was also Best International Film. Like it has to win that category because it's in the bigger category, right? I mean, doesn't how that work?
It should. I mean, and I think that it's better. In every way. I mean, Elemental was fine, but I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I mean, every time they do it, I mean, it's good. Yeah, but I've seen it. As you said, Wish. I've seen these things. So I think Spider-Verse is on a different level. I've always thought it was on a different level. I think it's more accepted because the reason why Spider-Verse only did so good, only did $500 million, it's because it's about a black character. And internationally, they can't do that. You can't take that.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. I'm just honest with you. Internationally, you won't make this much money because of that reason.
Yeah.
And this isn't a knock on Pixar movies. I'm fine with them, even though they've become a little too depressing for me in recent years. But Spider-Verse really, really has me waiting hand and foot to see what happens next.
Yeah.
Very, very much an Empire Strikes Back-esque ending.
Yeah. Even Jorge said the front runner for animated film is Spider-Verse. Obviously, the boy with the heroine as the dark horse, which I believe is a Studio Ghibli. I think could be wrong, but I think it is for a lot of predictors. Yeah. Is it? I think it is. If it's the one I'm thinking about, I'll look over it. The Miyazaki one, but yeah, it is a Studio Ghibli, quote unquote, because he did House of Moving Castle, Spirited Away, Totoro, Princess Mononoke, like all my favorite animated cartoons. He's the dude. I think he said this is his last movie he's doing. Yeah, so that's for sure. Again, I mean, he's kind of like royalty. I mean, the dude is an inspiration to Pixar. So Pixar wouldn't be a thing without the guy who's make that movie. So
instead, we get Spider-Verse when it's influenced everything, going forward. I mean, it's so many things that you see the style and they're like, oh man, I still think about Into the Spider-Verse when you got it and no one saw it. And then all of a sudden people were like, did you see that movie? And then I was like, man, I saw it. I was just saying it. I was like, man, did you see that movie? Like it blew out nowhere, instead of, throwing $400 million behind it and saying, hey, look at what I did.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? But yeah, so let's see, want to get real quick. So Kevin Davis said, Best Picture, Poor Things. To be interesting, I do want to see that movie. It does look interesting, but it's Frankenstein, so with the twist on it. Best Director, Christopher Nolan. Probably. Because again, he's royalty. He's that name, but he's also going against what's his name? The dude from Avatar, James Cameron. So don't put but I think Nolan might win it. And then best anime feature, he's saying Pixar, but
between the two, I do hope Nolan wins it. Nothing against Avatar, but Oppenheimer was a pretty good movie. Avatar was just another 3-hour CG showcase reel for Cameron, which is fine. More power to him. He put years and years into developing that tech, but
we already saw that movie. Avatar 2 was just Avatar 1, just with some tweaks. So I was like, oh, he's got kids this time. I was like, oh, you're telling the same story, just that the kid is the lead. Avatar was was Avatar last year?
And he wants to make 3 more of these. He wants to squeeze.
Never mind, I am wrong. Yeah, you are right. It is 2022. So he was not going against him.
I'm just not gonna say anything else about it.
He wants to make 3 more. 3 more of these he wants to make.
Yeah. Oh, because it was at the end of the year. Because I'm looking at this money, the box office money, for 2023,
it's the Spider-Man thing again. The other Spider-Man thing, what 2019, 2020, like Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, remember how it came out technically
at the end of the year.
Year.
But then all the money was made. That's what I'm looking. Yeah, it came out December 16th, but it made more of its money in the year. But but cool.
And this Avatar was still
it was. Yeah. Avatar was last year. Yeah, I mean it's again, it's royalty, so he's always going to be up there. It's annoying. All right. So one last topic. This is gonna be a pretty quick one, and then we call it a night. So we got some kind of new. Hold on, freaking cat! Every time I go to type, he's like on my keyboard. I'm like, I need my keyboard, dude.
No.
Yeah, he's like, this is my bed. All right, so we got some news again that we might be getting Spawn again. It seems like a yearly thing at this point, right?
It does.
A little bit more interesting, because I think the Jason Blum from Blumhouse said that they're gonna be taking on that movie. I don't know if they're gonna do Todd McFarlane, because supposedly he wrote the story and he wants to direct it. Which I was like, leave it to the professionals, my dude. Like, you made a great character, and the comics are awesome, but leave the big movie.
The movie before was good. I mean,
it was good, but I don't think he was that much of a part of it. At least
I don't think he was too involved, right?
Yeah, I could be wrong, but it's been a while. But this is per Screen Rant that Jason Blum is bringing the Blumhouse edge to the upcoming Spawn film adaptation. So he said it's going to be an edgy superhero movie, which sounds like what Spawn should be, right? I mean, he's a demon dude that's fighting the devil. So
under Blum, I could see it getting actually under Blum, I could actually picture it seeing the light of day rather than McFarlane. McFarlane's been talking about this movie pretty much as far back as
5
shortly
years.
after the first one came out.
Yeah.
He's been talking about this for the better part of like 30 decades it's coming up on, which is crazy to think about. Blum has a lot more juice, a lot more Hollywood influence than McFarlane has. Let's be real about it. So yeah, under him, I could actually see it happening. I'm wondering if Jamie Foxx would still be attached to play Spawn. Still trying to picture that. Much as I love Jamie Foxx,
Yeah.
still trying to picture him as Al Simmons.
Yeah, it'll be cool, but I think it's find somebody different.
I mean,
you could always bring back Michael Jai White.
I'm saying if you're gonna do a 55-year-old black man, Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White still looks the exact same as he did back then.
Exactly. He's like,
another person.
Yeah, I agree.
Another person, if they weren't to bring back Michael Jai White, Trevante Rhodes would be awesome from Moonlight and The Predator. He was in Bird Box. I'd be good with him. Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
I think Yahya would probably be what we're looking at.
Yeah,
I guess. But
yeah, I'd be curious to see it. And a Spawn movie has to be like super grim too. Like it has to be like, edgy's a good way of putting it. So he did kind of use the right words, as long as he doesn't necessarily mean it in like that kind of juvenile, easy to use fashion.
I just don't need that with. I don't need that with Blade. Also, like I don't need every time Blade comes out, I need Spawn. I don't need it every single time.
Yeah,
like come on,
I didn't even think about that.
We'll throw Blade out there. Hey, let's do Spawn. I don't need that being the only two black characters every time you gotta do that. Nah, I'm good.
That is funny. I didn't even think about that.
Well, the original Spawn was like a year before Blade, right?
It was
97.
It's always in the same
around the
time.
same time.
Like it's every single time. Like let's do 97, 98. Like it just seems like they have to be mentioned together. I just never thought why.
And it's kind of weird this time because they're if they come out around the same time, they're both victim of circumstance because Blade has been delayed so many times, plagued by production problems, quitting directors, the script being rewritten. This is just a production that has spent decades failing to get off the ground.
It's going to be a thing that you're going to say, "Hey, let's do this," and then you say, "Well, the original person could still do the same. He still be the actor." It's just like, well, it's just like to still be Blade. It's just like Michael Jai White could still be Spawn.
It could. That's funny.
30 years later.
Yeah, seriously. Michael Jai White is not a bad one. As much as I would like that, I wouldn't want that. I would give it to somebody new.
Yeah, it's time for like someone new.
Cameo, 100% cameo. He needs to be in the movie somewhere. But yeah.
I hate to take it here, but I just when I don't like when black superheroes, and that's all we get. And then after what we got with
Black Panther.
It's hard for me to say that because I probably shouldn't be the one. Because you know what happens when I say Black Panther, all things come up. But with Black Panther, being only getting an hour and 30 minutes of screen time in this huge universe, and you want to get we want a black character, let's give you dead ones, and there are anti-heroes, and not it's just I won't tap out.
I get what you're saying. I guess is it once you move past that and you get into literal royalty and kings, it's hard to like put that back in the box. Like it's almost like going backwards. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
It's just like I didn't get my full of the greatest black character of all time. And they were like, hey, I have an idea.
I know what you want.
All right.
You want Blade again?
I'm like, come get me. I'm out. Check, please. I'm out. I can't do this anymore.
But I would say, I mean, Blade is a whole nother conversation. But I would say with this one is once one thing is done in a certain like genre or a topic or around certain things, then everyone starts doing copycats. You know, I'm not saying Blade is a copycat, but it's also Black Panther was done obviously $1 billion movie. It like was just a big event. And I'm sure Image comments like, hey, we got a black superhero. You know, it's like, yeah, it's different, but at that point it doesn't matter. Like film studios and stuff were like, okay, yeah, cool, let's do that too. You know, like let's jump on that train. So I feel that's what it kind of is a little bit, but also especially with Wakanda Forever being out and all of the chat that people are still talking about it, you know, especially the recasters.
It's not even that. It's like the fact that I mean, as a person, Simmons was still assassin, like a bad person who went to hell. Like, we're talking about a black vampire who, it's a vampire. Like, why does that have to be my black superhero? And that's what you want to give me? Where's Chill when I need him? I should say his name 3 times. That's a whole video right there. Chill. We could talk about that for 3 weeks. That should be your whole video right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hashtag Chill. We should just throw that to. Let's do a 33 burning question on that.
Well, that'd be, I mean, something if you want to, I know it's a little off topic, but if something you want to put together, man. I mean, I think we're in a big enough community where if you want to lead a conversation with that, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of other guys that would love to go on here and talk about that.
I don't know if I could hold my tongue long enough to be able to listen and to lead something like that. You know, because I don't know if I could hold my tongue. I'll be like,
at a certain point, the conversation starts. I mean, I'm sure you're not the only one either, you know, but yeah, I mean, at a certain point, the conversation kind of takes its own and runs away with it. So, but that's not a bad idea. Get some of these Dre Mac and Theo and Chill and stuff like that on there. That'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, just as a Spawn with it, I get why Todd McFarlane obviously wants to push it. It's his creation, it's his character. You know, I think it's it's definitely his baby. You know, it's
and you know, I definitely can't fault the man for wanting his baby to be done justice. If it gets made and it gets made under him, and you know, and he does it justice, yeah, I'd be good with that. But I think like the bottom line is he's just been and I'm not saying like just throw in the towel or give up if you're passionate about something, but he's just been talking a big game about this movie getting made for so long.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
but he wants to do it. He wants to write it. He wants to direct it, which is kind of like I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like Dre's Detox album. Is it ever going to see the light of day? You know,
I love you. With all the love in my heart, I gotta say that is awesome, man.
We got some
what's up?
What's up?
Movie tubers
going on. We got Movie Time Minute, Kenny Sparks. Spawn was in a Mortal Kombat game. Yeah, he was.
Sure was. Sure was.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, every time you see Spawn, when you talk about the drawings and the art style of what that could be and how it looks, even when you had Spawn versus Batman, those were some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I have to get all the variants of all of that. When you go into the indie area, King Spawn is still it. You know, like it's kind of huge. We have 4 runs at the same time always.
Yeah, it's like the king of the indie runs, you know.
He really is.
You know, I'd love to see it happen. You know, I think it's really high time for a Spawn reboot. And I'll never forget when McFarlane was trying. You guys probably know this. Originally, McFarlane was to write the sequel to the Michael Jai White movie that was proposed. which kind of slowly evolved into this. And I don't remember if it was like Starlog magazine or maybe it was like Cinescape or something like that. If anyone collected Cinescape magazine
Yeah,
when you were a
back in the
kid,
day.
remember they had that section where they would talk about like upcoming movies and stuff like that. Um, I I want to say I want to say it was then. Like I'll never forget. Like McFarlane said, he wanted to make the movie R-rated, and it was going to be along the lines of Seven. It was going to focus more on Sam and Twitch with Spawn as a background character, which actually kind of to me would have been kind of cool because a lot of the comics were like that.
Mm.
Would have been an interesting take. And even the animated series, there were episodes that were kind of like that, where Sam and Twitch were focused on, and then like Spawn was more in the background. That would have been an interesting take. But I'm just curious to see if this ever happens, man.
I know. We've been talking about it forever. Like I said, every year it comes up. It's like, oh, these guys are gonna make it. Oh, these guys are gonna make it. Oh, these. I mean, now
Yeah, but
Blumhouse.
maybe Blumhouse, under Blumhouse, it'll get off the ground because he's when it comes to horror and how much stuff does Blumhouse crank out yearly?
Mhm.
So it might actually happen this time, which would be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to see it happen correctly.
It's just
Yeah,
so
no.
hard. It's just so hard. I
Mhm.
mean, it's trying to separate it. I mean, how long can you be talking about this same thing? From the 97-99 run was awesome.
Mm.
Really, it really was. 97-99 run was just incredible. And I just don't think this is the climate that I really want this in right now.
Mm. Okay.
That's for me. I don't think this is the climate because of all the things we've had recast and what we had with Black Panther and all those other things. I don't know if this is the climate. And I think that's what studio heads are actually saying to him. Todd McFarlane's like, it's a great character. It's the greatest thing ever. And he's right. But they're saying, I don't know if I want the backlash.
I don't
And
think
then
so. I think it might be because I think studios don't think like that. They just think like they see very superficial stuff.
I think he won't make money. I think the studios are saying the backlash is going to cause me not to make money. If it was going to be backlash and it was going to make money, who gives a crap? Obviously, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. But I think they think they will make money because they're like, oh, what does everybody want? Like, oh, a black superhero. Okay, here you go. But it's like they don't studios don't think anything besides very superficial stuff. They've always done that too.
I don't think that this is a big enough character for them to say that this is going to make money off of it. I don't think that. I think that that's why they're holding off. Because if they did, it would have been made in 2000. It would have been made in 2010. It would have been made in 2020.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think he's not big enough as well known as like somebody like Black Panther or stuff. Comic book people know who he is, and people might remember the movie, but that's about it. What about Blank Man? Yeah, let's see. same thing. So,
don't hurt me. I don't. Even...
Yeah. But I mean, that's why they may be like scraping at the bottom of the barrel. It's like, what do we have in our lineup? And like, no one's got Image. Let's get an Image comment. Because I mean, they did that in the early. Batman was super big, Superman was super big, and then what do? Let's make Rocketeer. It was like, what? It's like that's the stupidest fucking idea ever. But to them, it was genius. Because like let's do that.
Connelly in that movie though.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a super bad, great movie. If that makes any sense.
Very.
But that's what they go for.
Yeah.
They think things are gonna do well because they're in that same area where like, oh, comic books are doing good right now. Everyone is talking about they want a black superhero. All right, boom, like here it is. But it's like, yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. But they don't see it like that. The nuance is very, they don't see nuance. They just see the titles kind of thing. I don't know, because I don't give a lot of that credit to studios. I mean, like you said, it is money, but to them, I think they think it could make money.
I don't know.
And I think I completely agree with you though, Brian. I think right now is not the best time to do that. especially after we already got T'Challa and stuff like that, and there's still a lot of need and want to get that type of black superhero on screen.
I'm not saying the backlash. If they thought the backlash would be enough to get talking enough of it, they would do it. I think that they think the backlash will only pour water on it, and it's already a hard enough character to get off the ground with the backlash of it. I think that they think it won't be strong enough. Some people are like, that's a great idea, and then the other people are like, yeah, this is probably not right because we're going to split the small thing we already have. And the people that actually want to go see it probably still won't go see it because of it.
Yeah.
Like me, yeah. I would feel conflicted and probably wouldn't go do it, wouldn't support it to a point where it would make me angry enough if they did the wrong way and make me angry enough I would just start boycotting everything. And I'm going to try and push whatever I could to boycott it. Like, not even because I don't like the character, because I have, if I talk about how many comic books I have, I probably got 80 comic books of Spawn. Like, it's a lot. It's a good.
You bought every variant. Legit.
Yeah, it's for real. Like, it's a good character though. Like, I've got King Spawn. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if this is the right time.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get that. Cleve said, if not a movie, why not do a show on Max? They could.
That wouldn't, maybe.
I think Spawn might work better as a show.
Yeah.
The animated one was awesome. But do live action, I think that do well.
About comic books and how many stories that keeps on coming. Comic book. What is a comic book really? It's a show.
Yeah.
It might be better as that. I agree.
Yeah. Or make it a Halloween type vibe movie. Nah. Because I think you would, if you do just Halloween type vibes, you might miss out on what the character is
really about.
Yeah. And I think being a show, you might be able to really flesh out and get deep into some of these things that makes him, a good, just really interesting comic book character.
Yep.
Just the feedback. Yeah. We haven't watched that yet.
You keep on asking nobody, and
I know
I think about it a lot. No, I do not forget. And I've pulled it up. And honestly, I've pulled it up, and then I start looking at all the things I have to watch, and I'm like, crap.
Yeah. I literally have a list of like movies on my Word drive. So
I just think about November 3rd all the time. And that's what the fact that I have Loki, and then now I have Upload, and then we all know what happens in November 3rd, and then what all this stuff that's coming in. It's just
it's a lot. It is a lot. But yeah, man, I don't know. That was
I probably will though.
That was part of what he said. I gotta watch that show too. Yeah, it's definitely on my watch list now. I gotta get caught up with 3 seasons. But yeah, that was just my about the Spawn possibly coming back with it now. I really didn't even think about all the stuff Brian brought up, so that's definitely a different take than I thought about. So they've definitely changed my view on, do I want this character out right now? Because that is something to think about. But
it's funny you just asked that. Have you seen The Expanse?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I've seen every single thing of The Expanse, and I've now seen the Dragon Tooth from the comic books because with 7 seasons, Expanse has popped around everywhere, and no one really understood what they got, and it was so good. And I always wish they would re-release it on a strong streaming service, and then people will be asking for it all the time. Expanse is awesome. It's a great idea with the Belters and Mars and Earth. It's ingenious, honestly. It's something that if it was on a strong streaming service and got marketed the right way, might blow up.
Yeah.
Way better than Stranger Things.
He said it. That's it. That's right.
I said it. Yeah.
I gotta check it out because I know you super are hyped on it. Comic books and everything. So yeah, Yeah, it's good.
The seventh
Realism.
season of The Expanse is so good. It's the most realistic space travel thing that you can think of. I mean, by far.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I saw the last voyage of the meter today. It was very,
You saw it, and you immediately forgot you saw it.
That's what I heard. Like it looked cool, and then it was kind of like,
it's what Brandon always says. The worst thing you could do is to be forgettable.
Yep.
Yep.
It's worse than being bad. At least when you're bad, people talk about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
If I forget all about it 2 minutes after it's ended, that's no good.
Are the shows remotely the same? Stranger Things and The Expanse?
No, those are things that they've streaming services, and Expanse fizzled, and Stranger Things blew the hell up, and people were having T-shirts and crying about things about Elle, and The Expanse is so much better, and the characters are way better written.
Where was The Expanse at?
It's been everywhere. It was on Prime. It started off on Netflix. It went from place to service to service to service, and it kept on popping up.
There'd be marketing too.
Yeah, that was the problem. It didn't. The thing is, we look at this stuff like sci-fi, and no one knew what it was, but it was so well written that people were like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I think we can love them both.
I don't know, but so like the first 3 seasons of The Expanse were on Sci-Fi.
That's what I thought.
Then Prime saw it and it's like, this will be great, but let's not put money behind it. And then the next 3 seasons were on Prime.
Yeah.
And then Prime was like, we should bring it back because it's a great story, but I don't see how the money, we probably messed up in the first 3 seasons. Like, that's kind of what happened.
So you're saying if it was on a spot where it was able to get more eyes, because a lot of people don't watch.
If it was on Netflix, it would have blown the hell up.
Yeah, as I mean, like Brand you never even heard of it. This thing, if on sci-fi doesn't get eyes. Amazon Prime, unless you're really, unless you're the thing like right in the front that people click on, because I never go to my Prime Video unless I'm looking for something specific. So.
Yeah. Putin's cat says it right here. Yeah.
Expense 200 years in the future. They really efficient engines and can travel the solar system in a few days or weeks. That's cool.
It's even more than that. So, Mars and Earth are almost at war. The outer belter. So now the belt. People have been on the belt. People have lived their entire lives in the belt in space. So like children that have never been in Earth climate. So and they're been out there in the belt so long that they can't even step foot on Earth, and they've never seen a sunrise on Earth or anything like that, and they never can because their body cannot handle it anymore. The pressure would cause them not to be able to walk. The density of their bones have gone changed them so much they cannot even step foot on Earth.
Yeah,
the gravity would crush their bones, and so now there's hate. And then there's this big thing that comes out by Saturn or Jupiter. That's these rings, and then and now the belt, because it's close to them, try to own it, and the Earth, because they're the mothership, they try to own it, and then Mars, because they're technologically and militarily advanced, try to own it, and it's a fight between these 3. And then we go into these rings, and these rings actually are things of ways to go travel the entire multiverse of universes. Damn. Like you can go to different places in all of these other galaxies. So Andromeda, like you can go to all these other galaxies through these rings, and so it's like, and they're finding that they're habitable, and they're full of like of
don't give it away.
It's so good. I mean, when you really get to it, and the fighting that goes in between, the infighting that goes in between these things is so good. And it's funny, the thing that really gets you is that all the minerals and all the stuff on Earth are gone. So they have to outsource all that stuff. And there's like war infighting in Earth, and Mars still has been trying to terraform, and then you got the belt. And dude, it's so good.
Well, it sounds like super sci-fi.
It's if you like Star Trek, if you like the Orville, you
Yeah.
will love The Expanse because the story is better.
Yeah. Most people on Earth don't even have jobs.
They live on government. Yeah, they live on the government. The government is everything to them, and the moon is there. It's part of it too. It's so all the rich people went to the moon.
Just left everyone. Damn. All right, damn. I know that's on my list, but I have to watch that.
It gets like real in depth. Like I could go on things like they start to use things in out there. It's so good. I don't want to say things and say it'll be too much.
Yeah. The spoilers. Yeah, The Expanse has no warp drive, no stargates, no magic, just real good engines.
Yep. Technologically, they're more advanced.
Yeah.
And it said Mars is all military and they're very technologically advanced too. And the Belters have lived out in the belt and they're more like, can you imagine like being in Earth in like New Orleans and they have their own language and all that stuff. And it's like that type of stuff. It's like that.
Damn.
So when they speak, they're all in these twisted words and stuff like that. Yeah.
Their own lingo and stuff.
It's really cool.
Okay. Damn. I didn't know. I really didn't know that much about The Expanse. And now I'm a little more interested. Actually, a lot more.
The producers and directors are awesome. like the greats.
Yeah. With it. And the math is accurate. They actually calculate how long it would take between Mars and Jupiter. That's cool. I always like that.
You also don't realize because you, especially Tank, if you watched it, you gotta be careful because you might fall in love.
Yeah, I might. I mean, the way you're saying it is right up my alley.
And they have a following of it. Like people were clamoring for it. There was like a GoFundMe page to fund season 7 because they loved it so much. You literally won't sleep. You just really sit there watching it. Like I literally binged 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I watched in like a weekend.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I might watch it. That might be my thing for. I'll try and knock it all out in 1 month.
If we have another type of thing when we get stuck in the house again. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Just watch The Expanse.
Yeah. Okay. All right, but let's get out of here, man. I am getting a little tired.
I'm tired too. You start about to talk about.
I know, man. You get you all
I'll start all over. We can go season by season. Let's all watch together. It's so good. The fact that I know that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna redirect you guys to so when we're done with our stream, send you over to our buddies over at the Get Right Fantasy Network. They're on West Coast time, so it's like still early for them. It's like 9:00 over there or some shit. Yeah. So if you're into fantasy football, whatever, just go in, say hi. You don't
tell them that we sent you.
Yeah, some hi, what's up? But they do fantasy football, so if you're into that, definitely hang out with them for a little bit. They're a lot of fun. But
exactly what puts 24, Star Trek Next Generation, Babylon 5, The Expanse. There is nothing else. If you love those things, you will love this.
Okay,
it's amazing.
I enjoy all those.
Yeah.
All right. Damn. Cool. But man, appreciate everyone. Movie Time Minute, Kenny Sparks. Thank you guys. Movie tubers. They were doing their thing over on Movie Time Minute, talking about DC and stuff. I was like, really? You're talking about DC on a Monday? Like, I was like, if it wasn't on Monday, I would have been like, I need an invite. I was like, you talking about DC? I was like, yeah. It's not like I'm a DC fan or anything.
I was going to come in and just tell a Batman's not superhero and walk out.
I'll get out of here. Make the whole stream just explode, everyone's head. But yeah, go check out a Movie Time Minute. He's awesome. But appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much. Dre Mac, super. I appreciate the super chats. Thank you so much, man. So make sure you go check out Dre Mac. Does a lot of fun stuff. He had a really good conversation about the whole Recast T'Challa thing with a bunch of other really awesome YouTubers. So go check out him out as well. But that is it from us. We appreciate everybody in chat, Poons Cat, all you guys. Thank you so much. But we are out for the night. Keep your eyes out for our Killer of the Flower Moon video. We'll be dropping sometime, probably hopefully Wednesday or Thursday. So we'll have that, and then we will see you guys on Thursday talking about Loki, and that's about it. Oh, and then Brian, I know he said he's gonna do an upload. So if you're into upload,
happening. Definitely,
he's gonna do some upload breakdowns. So Gallica reboot.
Hey, let's go, Captain James Holden. Let's go.
Yeah, they let DJ know. Yeah, dude, and I know we always say it. We think DC's better than Marvel.
Oh yeah, the characters are way better. Come on.
Yeah. But no worries, man. You guys had a packed house over there anyway, but appreciate it. Galactica. Galactica. Yeah, Galactica. They already had a reboot. You're gonna do a third reboot?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. King Sparks down here. Go check out King Sparks too, man. That guy is awesome. He does a lot of awesome, really, really fun edits, cool shows. And he's fun just to hang out with and stuff like that. So go check out King Sparks too. But all right, now for sure getting out of here. Thank you guys. We will see you guys on Thursday with another live show. Later.
Most definitely.
See you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.